Hello, everybody, and welcome to, this. For some reason, apparently I've opted, I say we, but no, I made this decision. Apparently I've decided to go with yet another adventure in the roasting of middle school Kristen, and I guess current Kristen, because I'm dying internally, and yet I keep doing it for some reason, for your entertainment. This is fine.
Kristen, why do you do this to
normal.
yourself?
I really don't know. I don't have an answer for why I'm choosing to do this. Because I love all of you. That's why.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yes.
Listen, Kristen, it's okay. We don't kink shame here. Masochism is completely fine.
We pointedly do kink shame. That's what happened last week.
We absolutely kink shamed.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Alex.
Oh no, we pointedly king shamed.
Yes. Anyway, hi. I'm your host, Crime Straczynski, and I'm going to go down the list and introduce the people who are here, and also adjust the who's here thing, because that is incorrect. First of all, Bro Dingles will be playing the part of Art.
Hello, I'm playing the part of Art. As per usual, I will be muted for most of the stream.
Correct. We've got an Alex.
Relax, Three Nuzzles, how are you? Bounces on you, you're so warm. Oh, 3 notices you have a bulge. Oh, someone's happy. Nuzzles your necky wecky.
Okay, we are moving on.
Oh god.
13, Alex! We've got a Juno.
Puppy dog.
Guys, please!
You wrote that!
I know!
You have pointedly been saying that this was a thing in the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom over and over.
I want you to keep bringing— These people have been bringing this up to me all week. God damn it. We've got a Shiner.
This is fine,
This is
right?
fine.
We're fine, right?
It's gonna be fine. Yes. We've got a Queen Creeps.
Hi, I have a dentist appointment tomorrow.
And for some reason, you're here. We've got a Scott.
This is the story of a boy named Sora. Sora worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That is not what's happening.
You don't know that.
That attitude.
I guess to be fair, I don't actually know what's in this fanfic anymore. It's been that long. And lastly, Dawn is joining us for a couple hours here.
I'm so excited for this adventure.
Oh god.
You
Okay.
should be.
So to catch folks up on the content of this fanfic, this is the sequel to my very first Kingdom Hearts fanfic, Shadow Revenge. The sequel is called Broken Rainbow. In it, well, honestly, not much has happened. We're on chapter 7, not including the prologue, and all that's really happened is, like, some Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters have gotten slapped around, Mokuba died, which immediately turned Kaiba to, oh yeah,
The dark side.
I should mention, this is a Kingdom Hearts and Yu-Gi-Oh! Crossover. You know, very cool. Anyway, Kaiba immediately turned to evil the second Mokuba died, which is definitely a thing that happens. You know, your only family dies and you're just like, I guess I'm a bad guy now. What else happened? Mickey was like, well, Sora, you're gonna have to fight again, and Sora was like, I'm having trauma, and then middle school with me was like, no, the problem is, Sora, that you're being a bitch, and also you're possessed by Lucifer again, so Riku had to, like, kill Sora to get Lucifer out of him, and, now Sora has to get himself back to life, because yes, that's right, even though they're in the Shadow Revenge verse, this is now, what, the 3rd time that Sora has died and will have to come back to life?
7 more
Take
holes.
that, Jesus!
7 more times his punch card and he gets free pizza.
Yes. Okay, so, Dawn will be playing Sora as Darby has left us for the evening.
I've inherited the role!
Congratulations.
Hooray.
Who is going to be narrator?
Can I do it only because I have to be a bit quieter tonight?
Sure.
Sure.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Alright.
So wait, what does that make me this time?
We'll find you a role.
We will find you a role, yes.
Yes, you can be
Roles
Yuffie.
will occur as the fanfic allows.
Fair.
Right. So, let us continue before we, however, Sleepy Deshibi, thank you for resubscribing for 4 months, which includes the quote, I'm been so excited for this, I'm wearing my Kyrie hoodie. Oh god.
Oh no.
Jesus
Excellent.
Christ.
I'm glad you're excited, but also
I
I'm
love
concerned that you're excited. Right, also note, this fanfic has had more torture than the previous fanfic, and unfortunately better written, which is why, from now on, we have opted to skip those scenes, for the sake of, you know, everyone, but honestly, mostly just my sanity, specifically. Also because that's a little rude to the audience to just spring random extremely graphic torture scenes on you. In the 2000s, you just didn't include warnings for that kind of shit. But anyway, let's begin with Broken Rainbow by Name and Address Withheld, Chapter 7, 6 Tests. There's so many good things about this, actually. So it's Chapter 7, but the chapter itself is titled 6 Tests, and in the drop-down menu, it's actually Chapter 8, because the prologue exists.
Yes.
7, 8, 9.
Prelude.
Prelude.
Right, so, a shit ton of asterisks. The entire cast is sleeping. Asterisk runs in. I'm so sorry, guys! Asterisk runs over to reviews and bows. Sorry, so sorry!
Blinks.
Blinks.
I'm so sorry, I kinda abandoned this fic during b-ball. My mom made me play basketball for a semester, and I did not have the energy between basketball and 8th grade to continue writing this fanfic. So, bows again. Reviewers.
Glare.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again. From now on, I'm gonna try to update every 2 weeks, I swear.
Yeah. 5 dots. When H
Yummy, no swearing.
grumbles, but still, I highly doubt you're gonna do that.
Asterix hits Yami over the head and whispers to him, "You know that, and I know that. But do you think they know that?"
Well, they do now that you've typed that.
Oh, shut up.
Rolls his eyes and goes back to writing his list.
Anyways, so sorry. I hope this chapter makes up for things. So many asterisks. Now for the reviews, which, of course, are my responses to reviews and are going to be done without context. Stars Dreams. Thank you very much, smiley face. Yeah, I guess I am just a teeny bit cruel. Meh.
Teeny?
Tis the life of an angst writer. Here, chocolate for you, smiley
Oh
face.
yes, I tortured Yami multiple times.
I tortured
during
Yugi. Yami has not suffered
I'm sorry,
yet.
Yugi. I've tortured Yugi multiple times
I
over
am
the
the
course of this
sufferer.
fic. Here's some chocolate.
I see we're doing
Have
Will
this.
some
chocolate heal my
candy.
wounds?
It's okay, Yugi. I mean, Hikari.
God! Tsukishiku. That is a hard name to spell. Confusey swirly eyes. Anyways, glad you liked this fic, smiley face. I loved writing Yami's list. Nothing's more fun than making humor using the beloved Yami's possessive. Asterix punch Malik for you. Actually, you never know with me. I might just kill them all off for fun and end this story by having a meteor strike the worlds and have everyone die. Nah, too easy.
You should do it
I was
anyway.
about to say, like, spoilers.
Sora, you have a line.
Wonderful! Woo! Yay! Yeah! Wait. Yay!
Nailed it.
So you
Cha-ching.
got with the Beasley spelled incorrectly, wonderful.
Okay, so Sora and Riku glare and snort at each other. Yummy!
Blair.
Frozen pizza sends frozen pizza and Tsukishiku to the Shadow Realm.
Ah, so it does exist.
Yummy! No!
Spoil
Asterisk
sport.
brings them back. Anyways, for you, half of my Halloween candy, which is 2 pillowcases full. Remchan. Oh my gosh, she reviewed for my fic again! Asterisk dances with much happiness. Man, you have no idea how much I love it when you review for me. Makes me very, very happy. Anyways, on with your review spelled wrong. You got the stomach flu? I've never had it, and I'm glad. Maybe I should try to get it just so I can stay away from school for a bit, though. Nah. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Meh, I am very mean to these characters, aren't I? Maybe I should consider a shrink.
Oh no.
Well, at least you did get a shrink.
Yeah, you know, 15 years later.
Better late
Anyways,
than never.
I'm getting lazy and I want to get this chapter out, so here's a bottle of Mountain Dew and have a nice day. Crystal-chan, asterisk nods. Okay, I didn't forget Rio-chan this time, okay? Here's a chicken, though, you know, just in case.
What?
You know.
A whole ass chicken.
We get no context.
You know.
Celtic Guardian. Last chapter was so not that bad. I could do worse, really. Looky, here's my update. Be happy. Sakura. Wolf/human angel. Dear God, you don't have a scanner. Asterisk pats your back. I pity you. Okay, here's a chocolate donut for you. Cloud123. Yeah, blow up the school. Go, go, go. Ice cream for you. Maximum middle schooler. Princess Swifty. Asterisk hides behind her big dragon guardian Cinder. Protect me!
Snorts, you're on your own, kid.
Twitches hides. Hands you a giant box of sugar cubes. Here's the next chapter. Don't hurt me. Flick freak. Next chapter, yes. Next chapter, yes. Here's a lollipop. Have fun. Shadow of Hearts. Asterisk looks at last chapter. She did not mess up the spacing. Anyways, you said poor Kyrie. Cackles, hands you a bag of sour Skittles and runs. Jade Star. How can you like the fact that I killed Sora? Asterisk whacks you over the head with mallet. Bad Jade Star. Bad. Asterisk pants. I'm not giving you anything for liking the fact that Riku killed Sora. Asterisk sticks out tongue. Asterisk feels guilty and hands you a Tootsie Roll. Stalks off. Windflame. Oh, believe me, spelled wrong. Things can get way worse. I've hardly done anything yet. Cackles. Get them vital organs! Here, an axe for you!
What the fuck?
I see.
I was a normal 13-year-old.
Where's my axe?
Ari Powell. Are you kidding? I love long reviews. They're my fave kind to get, smiley face. Long review of Doom sounds like fun, so long as it's compliments. If it's flames, die! Anyways, thank you for your long review. Give me another one, will ya? Here, now you get a dragon winged Bakura plushie. Sora, please, tell the audience.
Crystal does not own Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah! Chapter time! So many asterisks.
Sora couldn't believe his eyes. Birds chirped, the wind blew through the palm trees. The waves crashed against the sugar-white beaches. The ocean was a pale shade of pink, the sun setting over the horizon, shades of fuchsia, crimson, and gold tinting the azure ocean. The seagulls chirped. Over to his left was the pier, to his right the shack and the bridge leading to Paupu Island. Destiny Island. So which island?
Okay,
You
so
know.
Destiny Island is like the whole thing, but there is also the smaller little island that comes off the island where the Paupu fruits are, where you fight Riku.
Oh, I see. Sora dropped to his knees, feeling the warm sand between his fingers. It was real, but it couldn't be. Essence Point wasn't there. Leon and Yuffie's house wasn't here. This wasn't Destiny Island. ... This was Destiny Island as it appeared 2 years ago. Sora looked over at the Palpu tree coming from Palpu Island, and his heart stopped, because he was staring into his own sapphire eyes. Sora watched himself laying on the rough trunk of the Palpu tree next to Kairi, whilst Riku leaned against the tree below them. It was impossible, but here it was.
So, Kyrie's home is out there somewhere, right?
Sora bit his lip. He sounded so innocent, so trusting back then. He was so... happy.
This is a Riku line.
That's a Riku line? Excellent.
Riku, is that Juno or?
That's Juno. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's me. Hey,
Yeah.
hang on. Line.
Could be.
hang on.
We'll never know.
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
And there was Riku, like he should be.
Is this next one a Riku line as well?
No, that's Kairi.
Okay, cool.
Oh, line.
Suppose you do. Suppose you get to another world.
Oh, suppose you get to another world. Is there more?
Yes.
Is there more?
There is more.
Hold on, I'm good. Effing. Hold on. I was reading ahead. I'm sorry.
You got this, Kyrie!
I can't believe you got sucked into this.
I
fanfic.
kinda did.
Listen, these in particular are tough because the speaker comes after the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're easy to miss.
I found it. Suppose you go to another world. What would you do there?
Sora smiled sadly. Kairi.
I don't know. I've always wondered why we're here on this island. If there are other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one?
Younger Riku looked up at Sora and Kairi.
Oh, it's younger Riku. Okay.
We could have just as easily ended up on some other world, right?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Sora looked on. This is what started it all. What would have happened if something different had happened? Oh, okay. What would have happened if something different had happened? What if he'd have asked Riku not to try and go to other worlds? Tried to keep Riku in the light? What would have happened then? Younger Sora shrugged, leaning back against the Palpu tree.
Sora.
Sora couldn't believe how ignorant they'd been. Couldn't they have seen that the other worlds weren't as great as they seemed to believe? Couldn't they see the darkness already eating at them? Couldn't they see the storm coming, already so near? Couldn't they see?
I don't know. I think the giant talking blue guy universe was pretty cool, except for the Jafar part.
Yeah. The brunette wanted to run forward and shake the children, wanted to cry.
This is a Sora line.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell whose line's whose. Are you blind? Can't you see the stage you're setting? Can't you see?
You get to meet Mickey Mouse. At what cost?
Can't you see?
But his legs wouldn't move, apparently. His legs, they felt numb. He tried to turn his eyes away from the innocent sight, but his eyes were glued to that spot. To himself.
Oh, wait, sorry. You looks like you got something glued to your arm right there. Looks like a pair of eyes.
But that wasn't him. Not after all that happened. After all he'd said and done. Not after all he'd been through. That wasn't him anymore.
It's not him.
Who the fuck is Kyoko?
This
Who
is
will
a
be the
lady.
officer?
This is an anime lady.
This is an anime lady.
There you go.
Scott, here you go.
Hey, Scott!
Scott and
You're
Millie.
an anime lady.
Sure, why not? Stop denying yourself, Keyblade Master.
A calm, serene voice stated behind him. The beach faded away, leaving nothing but black.
Get the fuck up!
Okay.
Sora slowly stood and turned his head. There stood a woman about the age of 19. She had long, flowing silver hair that reached to her knees, the bangs hanging in the way of azure eyes. She wore a dark blue strapless shirt, of course she did, that seemed to be held tight enough. That seemed to be held tight enough to stay on her by the diamond on the top of the center. The shirt glittered in the light and stopped just above her stomach. She wore a long black velvet dress. An odd silvery netting was draped around it, spiraling around the dress to trail over the ground. White wings expanded from her back, glimmering in an unseen light.
Okay. Who are you?
Sora asked.
I am the angel of memory. Kyoku.
The angel replied, nodding sagely.
And I'm Sora.
Sora said.
So why am I
He asked.
Blunt as always, eh?
The silver-haired woman said with a bemused expression.
here? You could say that. I just want to get this done.
Sora said bitterly.
Done.
Well, you could start by changing that.
The woman replied. Sora blinked.
Blink. Changing what?
The woman sighed sadly.
You know, Keybearer, you aren't acting like yourself. What happened to the happy Sora? The kind Sora, the courageous Sora? The one we all know and miss?
Oh, Sora bit his lip and looked away.
How many times do I have to say he's gone?
Oh.
Killing me won't bring her back.
Sora asked quietly.
He's still there. He's still you. You've just buried yourself away. You've forgotten yourself. Partially Lucifer's fault. And partially your own.
How?
Shut up, bitch.
Scott, you're coming a little quiet.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. Is this any better?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Lucifer may have planted the seed, but your doubt, your anger, your fear, your unwillingness to face the truth, that made it grow.
Sora looked into the darkness.
Are you saying this is my fault?
See, you're learning.
Right.
Victim! Whoa! Victim
Learning.
blaming much?
I'm so
Wow.
proud of you.
Holy shit.
That is to say-
Jesus Christ! No
Anyway.
mercy, Keikaku over here.
Yeah,
Did you
Say
say
the line
no?
again?
Oh, sure.
Oh.
In a way.
Sora bit his lip again, this time drawing blood.
Maybe you're right.
He said.
Maybe I was also right, and the Keyblade shouldn't have come to me. Or the Essence Crystal. Maybe both were meant for more capable person. ...
He said with a sigh.
Yes, you are rather a bit of an edgelord. I mean, no, both were meant for you. Riku was to hold a Keyblade, yes, but so were you.
Sora laughed tiredly.
I doubt that. They both belonged to a stronger, more capable person than me.
Dude, I love this. I love this Sora voice. Oh my god. I'm going to die.
Kyoku rolled her eyes.
See, that's why you're here. You gave up, you left the darkness in, and in turn... You've forgotten what truly happened. You've forgotten who you are. And if someone tells you, you try to forget it, because you're afraid to remember. I know it's hard, but now you have to reach inside and bring back who you used to be. You cannot hide from destiny and lies.
I lost my place. Oh, there we go, the angel stated. Sora looked down at the ground. Then he looked up at Kyoku, his sapphire eyes flashing and his cocky smile adorning his face.
Okay, what do I have to do?
He asked. The silver-haired angel smiled. She walked up to Sora and pressed her hand lightly against his forehead. There was a flash of silver light, and Sora closed his eyes. When he opened them, Kyoku was gone, but before him was a silver door.
Before you is the door of the first
What?
you is the door of the first Sega Kantan. There are 6 Kantan.
What? The fuck?
I can only I think this was
No.
around when I found in a English to Japanese dictionary, and I'm certain this probably meant something else, and I just, you know, translated both words into Japanese and was like, there you go!
Alright.
I'm trying real hard to understand this fan fiction, but it's in Japanese.
Oh.
There are 6 Kantan, and you must pass each. Fail, and you will be trapped here forever. I wish I could help you more, but I can't. Good luck, Keyblade Master. Woo!
Wait, I still don't know who the fuck you are!
What? Can't you?
Kyoku's voice whispered. And the last of Destiny Island's warmth left the darkness.
So many
Asterisks.
asterisks.
Bakura growled to himself as he stalked into his private quarters,
Which, in my opinion, still sounds wrong.
graciously given to him by Riku. It wasn't exactly the largest place in the world, but it had one room to sleep in with a bed, and another room that was a kitchen / dining room / living room, so it was pretty cool.
Wow, a whole apartment!
Bakura closed the metal door with a slam and stalked through the stone room, throwing his leather cape to the floor. He stopped for a moment and sniffed, a burnt smell coming to his nostrils. He glared around the room until his mahogany eyes set upon the stove / oven. The silver-haired spirit walked over to the kitchenette and pulled open the oven to find what probably had been a whole chicken now burning. Oh, there's the chicken. Bakura rolled his eyes and waved his hand, water drenching the no longer recognizable meat. He shut the oven and turned it off. Instead of cleaning the mess, he's searching for the person he knew was the cause of it. He scanned the room, and after finding it empty, opened the door to the bedroom. He eyed the dark room, not even bothering to turn on the light. He stalked right over to the white-sheeted bed and tore the sheets off. There, sleeping peacefully, was a teenager identical to Bakura. He was the same size and everything, the difference being his hair was not as spiked, and he was covered in bruises and gashes.
Just like everyone else
Bakura.
in this fucking fanfic.
Bakura growled and reached down, gripping the boy, by his hair and pulling him upwards.
Oh no.
Both
There
the
is, in
teens-
fact, a warning later in the scene, so.
Alright, brilliant.
There is a warning.
Yay.
Oh no.
That's called growth.
Oh boy.
Both the
That's
teens
so we
checked
know
their
where to
eyes.
skip.
Still violent though.
All right, should we skip it, folks?
No, it seems fine now.
Yeah, it looks like we're okay until I start warning people. I
Okay.
think so.
I'm gonna read on
Alright.
ahead.
Yeah, both the teen's chestnut eyes opened wide, and a cry escaped the boy's throat as he opened his eyes to meet the mahogany eyes of his other half. You both said they were chestnut! Oh wait, I'm as in his eyes.
I changed my mind and I needed to make sure that they were both very descriptive versions of brown.
Okay.
Bakura! He cried, surprised. His Yami promptly responded by slamming the boy into the stone wall. Bakura's eyes narrowed. Did I not tell to always refer to me as Master? He demanded. Yes, the teen stuttered. Yes, what? Bakura demanded. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Until their faces were inches apart.
Oh, I see, Kristen.
So private quarters sounds wrong, but this doesn't.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. I'm 13.
Yes, puppy. I mean, master. Oh, it gets better. Bacora's glare didn't lighten. I believe I told you to make me dinner. Now tell me this. Why is it burnt to a crisp? And why are you sleeping in my bed?
Why
He howled.
are you taking both Bakuras?
Because they're both British.
Oh, right.
I mean, if you want the other
No,
Bakura,
it's
go
okay. No, it's okay. I'm just like, wait a minute. I didn't cast for both Bakuras.
You didn't have to.
He howled, throwing his lighter half to the floor. The team didn't answer. Well then, Rio, Bakura demanded, stepping closer, using the teen's name as a curse word.
I'm like, they can do it in My Hero Academia at this point.
Oh god. Rio looked up at his Yami. I'm sorry, master, he said softly, small tears forming in his eyes. Bakura kicked the boy in the ribs, sending him crashing into the opposite wall. I also told you never to look me in the eyes, he growled. Rio's shoulders shook and he looked down at his blood-stained floor. Yes, master, he whispered. Bakura walked over to his Hikari and pulled him up by the collar. And pulled him up by the collar of the shirt this time. And you still haven't explained to me why you were in my bed, he growled. He likes growling. Rio closed his eyes and didn't answer. Bakura growled and pulled the other half's face closer to his. Answer me, he hissed. Rio whimpered but said nothing, knowing it would do him no good now. No good now. He knew speaking out against the tomb robber would only make things worse. ... And he was sick of fighting. Crack. Bakura backfisted the tomb.
Good, it's back. Thank goodness. I'm so glad.
Oh god. Rio winced but
For
did
my
nothing.
sake,
His young...
does that mean something other than what is intended?
I mean, fisting is, an activity.
Fisting is certainly something you can do.
Yeah, but like...
Right there.
I definitely meant it to be like you're backhanding someone, but like your fist is closed. That was the intent.
Yeah, that's what I've been getting this whole time, but then everybody giggles and I feel like I'm not in on a joke.
It's very giggle-inducing.
Yeah, yeah, it's an awkward verb.
Awkward choice in verb.
Also, the upcoming scene is very short, but also I'd still recommend skipping it.
I mean, I know that yeah, of course I would skip it. Violence occurs.
Blah, blah, blah. Skip.
Oh, we're skipping all that, okay. Should we go from that for the torch scene?
Well, I think we can go up until the warning.
We can go up to and then up to the ending.
Yeah, okay, up until... Okay, warning!
Yes, that is half the scene, correct.
It is half the scene, yes.
Look, for fuck's sake. Anyway, so, I've lost my place now. That's great.
Bakura backfisted the team.
He backfisted.
Rio winced but did nothing.
Yeah, Rio winced but did nothing. His Yami ground angrily. He threw the teen against the wall and kicked at the Hikari's chest. Rio bit his lip but made no other response. Bakura walked towards Rio, gripping a handful of silver and yanking the boy's head up. I see my little slave needs to be taught a lesson.
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna go die right now.
Okay.
Well, stream's over. Good night, Good night, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good night,
Don't
everybody.
look. Rio winced but made no sound. Bakura glared at the boy and turned him around so his back was to Bakura. Bakura then kneed the smaller boy in the back, knocking the teen to his knees. Before Rio...
God, this blocking got confusing very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Twister with you.
Before Rio could blinked, he found his hands bound to the metal handle of the door. Oh, bound to the metal handle of door.
Good night, everybody.
He whimpered quietly and tried to press himself against the metal he was bound to, shuddering as he wished he could just fade through the metal, wishing he could escape what he knew was coming. Bakura stepped behind him, looking at the light's reflection in the blade he now held. Bakura smirked coldly.
Okay,
and then...
Epic, bloody, and gruesome put your escapade ahead. Those discussing my things should skip ahead. So we're
Blah
gonna
blah
skip.
blah.
Something,
Skip.
something,
Asterisk.
And then they
asterisk.
played the knife game.
They played the knife game.
Oh god. Okay. If you disobey again, Bakura whispered into Rio's ear, I'll do worse than this.
Why did you have to
Rio's
say it
wall.
like that?
Why did you write it like that?
Yeah,
Oh god.
listen, when you're 13, you have lots and lots of interesting and special thoughts going through your head as hormones rage through your body.
I don't think it was hormones. I don't think that was the intent. I don't know what it was, but I don't think it was hormones.
I mean, given that hormonal changes during puberty are also responsible for emotional changes.
Absolutely. Right. Okay.
Rio's world.
Rio's wall faded to black, and he slumped to the floor, knocked out. Bakura smirked. I'll just leave you here, he said, treading over the blood-caked stone floor and back into the other room. The Yami fell back onto the couch and closed his eyes, smiling as he licked a stray drop of blood from his finger.
No.
Oh god.
Not bad. Satisfied my bloodlust for the moment, he whispered.
Oh my god.
Bakura! Where the hell are you?
Malik's voice rang through the link. What?
Worse and worse.
Malik's voice ran through the link Yami share.
Yeah.
When is that a
Just
thing?
talk to each other telepathically.
It's a thing we have now, Bakura!
Bakura jumped to his feet instantly. Gee, I don't know, Bakura shot back. Maybe taking my break. Why?
Because the stupid Pharaoh got in control and he said I got the collar off!
Bakura's eyes widened. What? How?
My attack was too strong! Now get over here!
That's so dumb! Oh my god! My attack was too strong!
My attack was too strong.
Bakura sighed, then grinned slightly, picking up his belts filled with weapons and such. This was the moment he'd been waiting for, finally, to get revenge on the Pharaoh. Okay, I'm on my way, seeing as you can't seem to handle him, Bakura said as he stormed out the room, cape trailing behind him. You're going to regret the day you met me, Pharaoh.
Well,
God.
Asterix.
Good grief.
My attack was too strong!
too strong.
Oh, God.
That's what she said.
Okay. After Sora stepped through the silver door, the first thing he noticed was lights! Lots of lights. Sora covered his eyes quickly, groaning at the pain that only comes when someone is in total darkness and suddenly gets hit with tons of neon lights. Very specific. Sora slowly opened his eyes and let them adjust.
Wait, ... Oh, man.
He muttered. Neon lights flashed everywhere, coming from signs bolted to the tops of many buildings. The item shop, one read, accessories, one read, the ever-popular cafe just beside the item shop. No doubt, he was in Traverse Town.
No doubt. This is some Sora line.
Yeah, that's Sora.
I was like reading it, I was like, is this me? Well then, now that you figured out where you are, Sora,
The Keyblade Master muttered to himself.
might as well look around until someone mystically pops up, as usual, and tells you stuff.
And with
Thought.
and with the
And then someone
And with the
mystically pops up
customary-
and tells him stuff.
yeah, and with the customary flash of light, a teenage girl appeared before him.
There she
Oh my God.
is.
Oh my God, it's a different one.
It's a different anime girl.
She was rather tall, with flowing emerald locks of hair trailing to her waist. She wore a white one-strap top, stopping at her belly button,
What?
which
A single... Oh my god. Oh, so good. We're getting into the fucking
Read it.
shirts with one strap.
oh god, stopping at her belly button, which had a tattoo of stars and moons around it. The jeans she wore were black leather and was held up with two dark blue double-holed belts. Why not? An odd belt-like thing. An odd belt-like thing was wrapped around her middle. Hanging from the belt was a sort of half-skirt-like thing. That covered her right hip and leg, shimmering silver and gold and hanging down to her right ankle.
If you've seen Eunice Gunner costume from Final Fantasy X-2, think the dress thing on the costume, make it gold and silver, and there you go.
Oh, might as well. Belts were strapped around her thighs to hold 2 handguns, and other weapons hung from her 2 belts that held the jeans up. Her face showed no emotion, and she stood perfectly straight. She tilted her head slightly, causing her straight emerald hair to move with it. She blinked her cool blue eyes.
Am I doing this one too?
Scott, congratulations. You're every anime girl.
You're every anime
No
girl.
one else is doing this coming at this point. Alright, no emotion. So, you are the essence. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
The women bowed curtly and stood.
The women.
Can't you
She
tell?
raised a
I'm
perfectly
filled with
arched eyebrow at
estrogen.
the boy. Oh my god. Sora blinked slightly and then quickly bowed as well.
Ditto here, whoever you are.
He said. The woman regarded him keenly for a few moments before turning briskly.
So many adverbs.
Come.
She said coolly and began walking at a fast pace. Sora
Oh, man,
followed,
take me out
trying
to dinner first.
Listen.
Sora followed, trying to walk as well, but finding her couldn't keep up with her long strides that well. So we often fell behind.
I think I'm projecting my experiences here on Sora.
Oh god.
So, what's your name?
Wrong your Sora asked.
You,
After a few minutes,
are name.
What's your name?
Sora asked after a few minutes of silent walking.
I am Kimu.
The woman said curtly. Sora nodded.
I'm Sora. From Kingdom Hearts.
I see.
Kimu replied, saying no more. The two stepped into the third distract.
Stand back.
Kimu commanded. The teen stood for a moment, and 2 white wings, shimmering with odd little glitters of green, burst from her back. She pulled the 2 handguns from their holsters. She held one hand up and pointed one gun at the sky, then pointed the other gun towards the ground.
Hang on. I'm gonna get this. I got this.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay. Ikitsu Tsuko.
I did it!
Oh my god.
I did it!
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I don't know!
She whispered. She pulled the trigger of both guns. An explosion of blackness flashed from the one pointing downwards. An explosion of white came from the gun pointing upwards. Duality. The 2 beams of black and white spun around, black spinning in a spiral then going up, while white spinning in a lazy circle then going down. The 2 beams collided, and there was a flash of light. When the light cleared, Sora stood alone on a small island, hardly bigger than a few yards.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
Oh
Damn
my
it.
gosh.
Hey, I'm here. I'm confused again. What? Dot. Where'd she go? And where am I?
There was a glimmer of light from the ground. Sora blinked slowly, then bent down and picked it up. It was a starship crystal, not much bigger than Sora's palm, emerald in color.
That is the Arabito gem.
Sorry, the what gem?
The Arabito gem.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. I need a pause for a minute and tell the chat. Arbeito is a loan word from German, Arbeit, which means part-time job.
Thank you, Juno.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome. Please continue with this information in mind.
We don't have enough funds to continue this story. Please help us by funding
Therefore,
our
Sora, you must
Patreon.
have-
Oh, Kimu's sharp voice rang in Sora's head.
You now stand on one side of the lone islands of this world. You need to fly north to the very edge of the world, at the end of the Prism Sea. You need to place it at my statue. You have until sunset.
Otherwise, I'm fired from
Sora
my job.
nodded.
No problem.
He said as he looked up at the sun, high in the sky.
One thing, though. If you fail, which you probably will, you and your entire island
You are entire
will be erased.
Forever.
American capitalism, everybody! Woo!
Oh god, Sora's eyes widened.
That's not fair!
He snapped.
Just if I fail doesn't mean you have to kill everyone.
Just if I fail.
Go on, anime girl.
True.
Kimu's voice stated.
But life isn't always fair. Is it, Keyblade Master? Better get going, Keyblade Master. You have until sunset, and you have many miles to cross.
Sora closed his eyes and nodded.
I won't let them down. ...
Very good. And remember, time stops for no one.
Oh, the Krusty Krab pizza is the best pizza.
Is best pizza for you and me.
And then there are a bunch of asterisks. To be continued. Now, I know, not nows, asterisks. I know, not much action this chapter. Not the best way to get your forgiveness, is it?
Rio. Bakura.
Asterisk whacks Bakura over the head. Shut up, you sicko!
At eyes.
Anyways, read and review. Okay.
This
well,
chapter is very misleading. To my knowledge,
Who
we've
wants
only
to read
been
and
through
review,
2
guys?
files.
I think we have not even started test 1.
Right? That's like a half a test.
Yeah, like taking on the main quest and then taking on the side quest at the same time, all while the moon is coming down from the sky.
God, this is okay. Well, let's move on to the next chapter, shall we?
We shall.
Woo! Broken Rainbow, by name and address withheld. Chapter 8. If only tears could bring you back. Which is a fucking song from the Pokemon the first movie soundtrack.
Mewtwo comes down, looks to this. I changed my mind. Humanity is the worst. Psyshock. I mean, Psystrike.
I probably intended to include Mewtwo in this fanfic at some point.
Oh my god!
I see now the circumstances of one's source material are irrelevant. It is the fan fiction that truly defines us.
I mean, kinda.
Asterisk stares at review number. Oh! My! Less dots. God! Asterisk runs to cast. We hit the 100 review mark!
Reveo.
Reveo mark! Woot! But it's like
Reveo.
it's elite woot because the O's are zeros.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do have to clarify because we do have a young.
Wait, yeah, I guess I have to explain leet, I guess.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, there was this whole very
Absolutely.
stupid thing where sometimes you would, like, write numbers in the place of letters, and, like...
Leet speak.
Yeah. That was elite speak, or leet speak, if you will, and...
It didn't necessarily change in modern day.
I mean, yeah, it's
It's a
true,
thing
but
now,
like,
it's
leet
less,
speak.
it's less a thing now.
Yeah, leet speak was
Yeah.
way more prevalent in the 2000s. So like,
Oh, for sure.
it was way more complicated back then too. Like,
Yes.
leet speak just completely changed all the letters into like various, and it was used by leet hackers with
Yes.
a Z.
It's so
Skills.
dumb. Anyway, cast.
Long mouth.
We
did.
Asterisk nods and points to the pretty full number beneath the story.
Whoa! Oh, underscore! Oh, I didn't even think we get to 10. See how horribly you're right.
Many periods. Asterisk peons.
Peons,
to the
yes.
Peons to the capitalized various Riku fangirl reviewers who are being held back by an extremely big fence. You want me to turn them loose?
Riku!
I mean, I was looking for some tail, but also okay. No, that's okay.
That's right. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, reviewers. Crystalia, hiya! Nice to see you again. Of course I remember you. Okay, here's the chapter and here's some popcorn. Enjoy! Lara. Holy crap, 4 reviews? Sweet! Okay, as for Joe, well, what do you expect? This is an angst fic. And Hikari means light in Japanese. Yami means dark, just so you know. So Yami basically refers to Yugi as his light. And why did I kill Mokuba? Because I felt like it. Anyway, here's some chocolate.
No, that seems about right.
Jesus. Baby Kristen is so ice fucking cold. Why did I kill Mokuba? Because I wanted to. Princess Swifty. Don't kill Yami Bakura! I need him for the fic! Oh, and I'm sorry to say, there shall be no Yami killing people this chapter. Coughs. Here's a Wonder Ball. Runs. Ari Powell. This has to be the shortest review you've ever written, XPP. You're welcome for the Rio and Bakura plushies, but because your review wasn't as long, you'll just have to settle for a Riku plushie this time. Jesus!
Wow. Brutal.
Oh, wait, and I haven't gotten any submissions for my contest. Anyways, on with the chappy, I can't believe no one submitted to the Broken Rainbow fan poster contest. God. Elegant Arrow 64. I have a fan? Awesome! Sweet, you are making your own Keyblade? Make me one too! Lucky? Here's a Sora plushie for you, smiley face. Kako 2, oh shush you. Crystal-chan, oh jeez. Can't believe people like Ryu-kun so much. Asterisk sweat drops. Here, Asterisk gives you a Ryu plushie. Stars, dreams. Huh?
I moved up ahead. I know exactly why this chapter is titled the way it is. Be afraid.
Oh,
Be
no.
very afraid.
Oh,
Be
no.
afraid. Be very afraid.
Excuse you, voice in the sky. I have to finish answering the reviews. A star's dreams. What does vivid mean? Asterisk blinks. Thanks. Here, a wonder ball for you, smiley face. Windflame. Yami won't kill him this chapter, so sorry. Smiley face, sweat drops. Here, chocolate for you. Jade Star. Meh. Never say such things about Sora-kun again, you hear? Asterisk hands you another Tootsie Roll. Oro Ruin. Bakura's not overly cruel. He's just a frickin' jerk. What?
My man over here dropping slave and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Damn.
What is your metric?
I don't know what my metric for overly cruel is. Here, raw candy for you. Tsukishiku. Now, how could I just leave Rio like that? Oh, I know. Because Bakura's a jerk. Riku doesn't know where Sora is, because he doesn't. Of course this Riku isn't Destiny Island's Riku. He is Riku, however. He is, but he isn't. Oh, I'm talking about bad guy Riku, I think.
Sounds
Many
like
dots. Why would I want a Riku keychain? Munches on Wonder Balls.
Munches on sugar and tosses Sora and keychain the Kyrie.
Puts Dark Magician on table. ... Rar. I mean, don't think just because of this. It's okay.
Oh, Yami, stop being so stubborn.
Asterisk huggles his Dark Magician. Grr.
Blinks at the do-it-yourself voodoo kit. Why would I want something like this?
Nom, 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 nom. To kill your Yami. Nom, nom.
But that's mean.
The whole cast sweat drops.
Sweat drops!
Sweat drop.
Okay, here, a Sora plushie for you, smiley face. Sora Oathkeeper. Well, that sucks. Anyways, here's a cookie. Flick Freak. Asterisk Waps Skylar as well. Oh my god, that's this person? Holy shit!
Wait.
Never mind, don't worry about it. This person... I didn't realize I met this person here, but there's a history with this person that gets. I'll tell you all about it later. Here's a cookie. Get reading. It's not a fun story.
Fair enough.
Multiple tildes. Disclaimer. I don't own Yu-Gi-Oh! RKH. Okay, chapter time.
Woo! Gotta stretch. Aesthetics. Right. Sora flapped his wings, hovering for a moment to whip some sweat from his brow.
How long have I been flying?
He wondered aloud, looking up at the sun, now high in the sky. You said that last chapter.
Don't worry about it.
Sora groaned a little.
I started just when the sun is rising, and 3/4 of the day is over, and all I've seen for miles is ocean. Ocean! And more ocean, except for that one tiny island I started at.
He muttered, flapping up high to gain a bit of altitude, then diving at a sort of forward slant to go faster.
And it just had to be the ocean. No updrafts, no nothing, just dead air.
He continued, muttering things you probably don't understand unless you're a freak and you spend your time learning about flying or you actually have wings.
I'm a freak.
He sighed a little.
Though I guess I can't complain. What? The army lady might hit me with the lightning or something.
The army lady?
The army lady?
The army lady might hit me.
I don't know how she's an army lady. Okay, whatever.
No, the army lady.
It must be just because this must just be because she has guns.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Guns equals army.
He flew for a moment while in silence. Something slowly came into view on the horizon, and he squinted to see better.
Squint. It's an island! Awesome!
He started beating his wings faster in hopes of getting to the green island faster. About an hour later, he flew towards the sandy beach and landed, folding his wings across his back.
Might as well see if anyone lives here.
He said to himself as he made his way across the sandy beach and into the forest near it.
Oh, ... Perfect. There's a path here. That's good.
He followed the cleared trail as he made his way past many trees, flowers, and over a small river using a bridge. Eventually, he came to a small town. Actual real houses made of wood or bricks, with glass windows and normal doors, several stores near the various houses, a temple at the far end of the quote-unquote street. Sora blinked slowly, then shrugged.
Hmm. Maybe they'll give me something to eat.
He said to himself with a grin.
Yeah.
Trick or treat, guys.
He's suddenly very chipper after last chapter.
Right? Like he's just like,
Yeah,
I'm
like
fine
last time
now.
he was just like,
Now everything's fine. I have mood whiplash. It's okay. I'm in a name and address withheld, Vic.
no.
Oh, he said to himself with a grin. Yes, food sounded very good at the moment. He walked through the town, noting people walking here and there, talking about regular things and wearing regular modern clothes.
There goes the baker with his tray, with his bread, his card. I don't remember the words like.
Well, weird. ... You'd think this being an island in the middle of nowhere, this place wouldn't be so, well, modern?
He said to himself.
Why do I keep on talking to myself?
He wondered aloud.
Ah! Stop doing that, Sora! Stop talking to yourself!
People stopped to stare at the odd brunette with wings who was apparently having an argument with himself before quickly walking by.
What an unusually uninteresting sight.
Finally, Sora got a hold of himself after noticing the bug-eyed look various people were giving him. He grinned sheepishly.
Hi.
He said to the current people who were staring at him, a woman and her child.
Hi!
The child said back, but the mother quickly pulled him away.
Who wants to be mom?
Don't converse with strangers, honey. Especially not that one.
she said as she pulled him towards the nearest shop. Sora's sweat dropped.
Sora's sweat dropped.
Huh, my entire island might get erased. Sweat drop? I was embarrassed in front of a child! Kya!
That's right, Sora. Scare the
power
locals.
of naughtiness. No, go ahead.
That's right, Sora. Scare the locals. Blah blah blah. Screaming yourself. I'm just improvising at this point. Keep going.
He said sarcastically, seeming to forget he had just been yelling at himself not to talk to himself. It was then that a small little girl walked up to the Keyblade Master. She was about 3 feet tall, with short blonde hair and blue eyes. She wore a blue
Perfect
hoodie
punting
and blue...
size.
Hell yeah. She wore a blue hoodie and blue jeans. She tugged on Sora's pant leg.
Hey, Alex, do you want to play a small child?
Oh no.
Sure. Mister.
Alex, I want you to know, I saw that coming a mile away, and it still got me.
But it's still funny.
It's still funny.
She said, softly, aquamarine eyes brimming with tears. Sora looked down at the girl and instantly knelt to his knees so he was eye level with her.
What's wrong?
He asked.
I've lost my mommy and daddy.
She whimpered, and then the tears began to flow.
I just stopped for a minute and then they were gone.
Sora smiled and put his arm around the girl.
Hey, it's okay. Don't cry.
He said, bringing up a gloved hand to brush away the girl's tears.
You'll find your parents. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. ... You'll find them. I'm not gonna help you, but you'll find them.
Funny you should say that, bitch.
The girl looked up at the boy who had comforted her, sniffling. Then she smiled shyly.
Will you help me find my mommy and daddy?
She asked.
No.
He looked up at the sky where the sun was slowly beginning to set, casting an orange glow over the town. Raise a shimmering light casting over the town.
Kimu.
It's Kimu.
Scott.
Wait, what?
It's
Yeah,
Kimu.
Kimu's
Oh,
just here
right.
now.
It's your
Or at least her
flashback.
voice.
Hold on. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. You have until sunset, and you have many miles to cross.
Kimu's voice whispered in his mind. Sora bit his lip.
Time stops for no one.
Oh, I see what's happening. Sora looked down at the little girl, who looked about ready to cry again. He smiled softly, that smile soon turning into his signature grin.
Well, ... Regardless, this girl needs my help now. And I can't just leave her here to cry. It wouldn't be right.
I will damn my whole island for this.
Yep. Come on, let's go find your parents.
He said, taking her hand in his. The girl smiled.
Thank you, Mr. ...
Okay,
Oh,
Kristen,
no!
is this a song fic? Does this turn into a song fic?
Kristen?
I told you to be afraid, Kristen.
I told you.
No.
Read the parenthetical, Kristen.
Come on.
Just a suggestion. The lyrics in this part are from a song called "If Only Tears Could Bring You Back" by Midnight Suns. Yes, I did get it off the soundtrack. And so sue me. Anyways, if you can find it on Kazaa.
Fuck!
Kazaa.
Oh, rest in peace, Kazaa.
Play it while reading this part. Heck, it might seem, I don't know, prettier. And if you can't find that song, try finding the Final Fantasy X piano song, which is also sad sounding, or Final Fantasy X Suitcase or orchestral version, also sad. I just need So basically, obviously this lo-fi won't work, but I don't think we can play If Only Tears Will Bring You Back to Me, which is fine because the lyrics are... No, there are lyrics in this! Oh,
there are lyrics in it!
It's a song,
There's so many lyrics. It's mostly lyrics for this part.
I wanna die. I wanna fucking die!
Time to be a sad 2000s singer boy.
Alright, Alex, congratulations on being the sad 2000s. Hang on, let me find some copyright-free sad music for YouTube videos. Alright, 1 hour of sad and emotional piano music.
Oh, go for it.
No, I need one that's like, no copyright, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, Daddy Twitch will put us in jail.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And, let me skip. And repeat.
Father, I crave monetization, Father.
Okay, anyway. Begin the narration while I die.
Gladly. Kyrie bit her lip, holding Sora's limp hand in her own, staring down at his closed eyes, his beaten face. Tears continued to stream down her face, silent sobs coming from her throat.
How will I stop tomorrow without you?
Yuffie sighed, not really enjoying the uncomfortable silence that had settled itself over the cabin, only broken every once and a while by Kyrie's sobs. She lay back in her lazy boy chair, really starting to wish this was all just a really bad dream, and if she pinched herself she would wake up in a bed with Leon and go through her usual morning stuff and go outside to find everything was as it should be. She pinched herself. Ow! Yep, she was awake, and the room fell into silence once more.
Whose heart will guide me when all the answers disappear?
Leon leaned against the wall, staring out the window at the rain, watching as it pelted against the glass, never letting up, as if the world itself were crying.
Is it too late? Are you too far gone to stay?
Oh my god. Donald and Goofy was still playing cards. ... Sort of. Ellipses. Goofy was bawling behind his cards, and Donald was muttering to himself. Ellipses.
I'm sad, Donald!
And neither of them had really done anything in the last hour.
Best friends forever, should never have to go away.
Oh no.
Riku was currently occupying a corner, black wings wrapped around himself, aquamarine eyes set upon the prone figure of the Keyblade Master, glimmering tears trailing down his cheeks, tinted with silver light.
Why? Why did I have to? I should have done something. Should have found a different way. Why do I have to go cause him such pain all the time?
Only. Sorry, I'm listening to this song to figure out how to sing this damn thing. One second.
Dude, improv.
What will I do? You know I'm only half without you. How will I make it through? If only tears could bring you back to me. If only love could find a way. Find a way. What would I do? What would I give if you return to me someday, somehow, someway? If my tears could bring you back to me.
I'm crying, but out of laughter.
I was gonna say I'm crying, but not in the way you think.
Oh my god, I can't!
Scott, I think that we're all crying out of laughter. Do you have something? Do you have something you want to share with the class?
Flip it. Flip it.
Kyrie only continued to cry, sobs racking her shoulders as she shook.
You promised you'd always be with me. You promised you'd always come back.
I'd cry you a notion if you'd sail on home again.
This is
Wings
gonna be
of
clip gold.
emotion will carry you and all they can.
Just feel bad. Just ask him not to take an attack head on.
Just light will guide you, and your heart will chart the course. Soon you'll be drifting into the arms of your true north.
We gotta put just this entire clip on Internet Remix. Guys, we're going back to song covers.
We're going back to song covers. Me listening to this song as I'm singing it. Let's go.
Yes.
Anyways,
You promised you'd stay with me forever. ... You promised we were going to share a book house on my 16th birthday. You were going to take me to other worlds. You promised. ...
Look in my eyes. A million tears have come by, and still we're not trying.
If it weren't for me, you'd still be me, laughing, Fortnite's playing, Ellipses happy, Ellipses still in Sharma with you.
If only tears could bring you back to me. Only love could find a way. What would I do? What I would give if you return to me someday. Well, somewhere. If my tears could bring you back to me.
Yes.
Kyrie suddenly threw herself upon Sora's body and held him to her, sobbing.
Truck driver's key change. I hold you close and shout the words I only whispered before.
Why did you have to die?
She cried, practically choking on her own tears.
Why? You promised you'd always be with me. You promised.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out this fucking bridge. For one more chance, for one last dance. There's nothing that I would not give and more.
That's it. I lost my place. Hang on.
Oh.
There we go.
Continue.
I don't even know where we... Okay, Kyrie continued.
Kyrie continued to try.
Kyrie continued to cry, as did I, hugging her love's lifeless body to her.
Oh my god.
Why are my tears working this time?
Oh my god, Darby!
Hi, Darby.
What a perfect time to join in. Oh, what? My tears!
She whispered for a while. Oh, after a while.
Aren't you coming back, or have you faded away?
More tears slipped from her cheeks as she realized this wasn't the Pokemon movie.
Pika Pika!
If only tears could bring you back to me. If only love could find a way. What I would do, what I would give if you return to me someday, somehow, somewhere.
Oh my god.
If my tears
So, obviously, we're gonna do the other song fic I made, right?
Dedicated to you. Why you?
Wow, thanks. I feel so blessed. Wow, Alex, how did you know? I wanted you to cover If Only Tears Could Bring You Back to Me by Midnight Suns. You really are a true friend.
Yes, this was very special.
If only tears.
Oh my Such a bad song. Holy
It's
shit.
a terrible song.
It's so bad. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm gonna let Dawn continue to be Sora for the remainder of this chapter.
Yeah, y'all stay with all the roles, of course. I'm just here to listen and commentate.
It's okay. Nothing has happened. You missed nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Did Sora die 4 more times?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had to take the 6 tests, and by that we mean the 1.
Half of one.
Yeah.
Sora sighed as he looked up once more at the sky, then back at the girl whom he was leading through the streets. They'd been searching for an hour and had found no one. What was really irritating was that Sora, being the essence, finding this girl's parents should have hardly taken a minute. He should have been able to merely close his eyes and concentrate and be able to pick out which 2 of the many lifelines we connected to this girl in a snap, because apparently you can just do that.
Yeah, he's the essence of heart.
He's the essence of heart, yeah.
He's a god on Earth.
Yep. And yet
But-
he's still riddled
Obviously.
with...
But that was what troubled him. There were no lines of light, no sign of any life here, as if the people weren't real. The only life he could sense came from himself and the girl. But, ellipses, it had to be real. How else could he be touching the water of the fountain he was sitting next to, feeling the cold liquid run over his fingers? How could he see the sun slowly fading into the night? How could have come up to those people and tapped them lightly on the shoulder, asking if they knew this girl? How could they not be real if they all answered no? Sora shook his head. Sora shook his head, starting to his feet and beckoning the small girl back over to him.
I promised to find her parents, and I will!
He told himself. The girl shivered and buried her face in one of the Keyblade Master's wings.
We've been searching forever, and we haven't found him.
She said, sadly. Sora nodded.
Yeah, ... I know.
Yeah.
Let's keep looking.
The girl looked up at him.
Mister, you don't have to stay anymore. I can tell you need to be somewhere else. You can leave.
She said, another tear slipping down her cheek. Sora looked down at the girl and knelt down so he was at her level.
Don't cry,
He said, wiping away her tears once more.
it doesn't matter what I want at the moment. You need help now. And we're gonna find your parents, ellipses. Okay?
But 2 dots.
We will find them, okay? I promise we will.
Sora said, a grin coming across his face. The girl smiled as well.
T. Thank you.
Iris,
Iron, there you are.
No, this is mom. Darby, you're a mom now.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Give me a second to
Just
pull up
Control
this.
Control F AIREM.
Yeah, just a sec.
It's number 9.
Page number 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is the pages?
Control F
Would you-
name AIREM.
Is it an in call?
Hold on.
There it is. Yes. Thank you. Okay. All right. And what's the line?
Iron, there you are.
Iron. All right. Iron, there you are. That's how her
A female
mom
voice
sounds.
cried. Both Sora and the girl looked up to spot a middle-aged woman with waist-length blonde hair running up to them, aquamarine eyes glittering, she ran over to the girl, whom Sora now assumed was Irene, and pulled her into a hug.
Mommy.
Irene cried happily, practically latching onto her mother's waist in a death grip. Sora smiled at their reunion.
You know what? She sounds too much like my Mokuba or whatever. Bakura. Yeah. So how about? Oh, Irene, are you okay? Oh, did you get hurt, my daughter? Who's that guy?
The woman babbled. Irene giggled, looking up at her mother and back at Sora.
Tee-hee. It's okay, Mommy. This mister over here helped me.
She smiled.
He helped me look for you, Two Dots, even when he has to go somewhere.
Has to.
The woman smiled and stood.
No, thank you very much, child.
Sora grinned.
You're welcome.
You sound like freaking Rachel's mom from Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco.
Yeah.
Oh, Bev Bighead. Oh, I don't suppose you've seen my husband, Ralph Bighead, anywhere. They didn't say Ralph Bighead, but the line is husband.
Yeah. Sora blinked, then shook his head. The woman groaned.
Oh, he was supposed to be here.
She said sadly. Sora blinked again.
What does he look like?
Well, he's taller than me. He has spiky blonde hair, blue eyes, and he has pretty tan skin. Oh, also, he's wearing a white t-shirt and blue jeans.
Sora grinned again.
Hey, just stay here and take a break. I'll go look for him, okay?
Doesn't it sound like a fun idea to pause your fanfic and have your main character just interact with a bunch of nondescript anime NPCs?
Also the name of the husband is Ed Bighead.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's Ralph is the daughter or son. Rachel's the dog. Yeah.
Name.
Right. Oh, but I thought you had to go somewhere.
Don't worry about it. It can wait.
Sora said, turning around.
Just stay here. Stay here. I'll bring your husband to you.
The woman smiled.
Oh, thank you, Sora.
The girl giggled.
Oh, sorry. I lost my place. I was reading ahead. The girl giggled. Thank you, mister.
Sora nodded and flapped his wings, taking to the air.
Okay, ellipses. Let's see here. Actually spelled let's see. Dots. Blonde hair. Blue eyes. Tall with some kind of t-shirt on.
It's a white t-shirt, Sora. It's the
some kind of t-shirt on. Well, this shouldn't be too hard.
He said cheerfully again to himself. He didn't fly for very long, as he soon spotted the man he was looking for walking in an alleyway. Too bad he wasn't alone. The man was backed against the wall, breathing heavily. Various bruises covering his body, his white t-shirt.
Kristen, can
Hey, what do you hooligans think you're doing?
Not the white t-shirt.
Kristen,
I was trying to be seductive and then I choked.
It's a white t-shirt.
What are you asking, Scott?
So
I have
yes, you can take this one.
Okay, I have a super intimidating voice.
I told you to give us your money.
Bubsy apparently.
I told you, Rocco, get out of here! I'm not giving you your my money.
Oh god! Several of the boys behind him, most with bleached and spiked hair, way too many body piercings, tattoos, and looking practically like they spent every day of their lives in some kind of brawl.
Yes, these are bad guys. You can tell because they have body piercings and tattoos.
Yeah, they're totally.
It's 2003, and I've been raised in the evangelical bubble.
They're totally like the Joel Schumacher Batman, like gang members, gangsters with the neon and the piercings and the mohawks.
5 million, 7 million. Never leave the cave with that.
God. Sora narrowed his eyes as he watched the blonde-haired man take a kick in the chest. Without a second thought, he dove into the alley, flaring his wings at the last second and landing on his feet in front of the man.
5 against 1! That's not very fair!
Sora stated, a cocky grin adorning his face. Oh yeah. One of the boys stepped up to Sora, about a foot taller than him.
This is a different character.
Hey, kid, get out of here.
Hey. Hey, kid. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Sora stood his ground, eyes narrowing.
All caps, you! Get out of here! Leave this guy alone!
The teen laughed.
That pipsqueak like you is telling me what to do? You hear that, guys?
He looked back at his quote-unquote gang, all of which laughed, throwing their dirty faces into the air and laughing. Boy turned back to Sora.
Get out of here, kid. It's just in a place for wannabe heroes.
This fucker has wings!
Yeah, right.
He's got wings.
He just wants to throw down.
Yeah? Sora only smiled a little and said nothing. The teen's eyes narrowed.
You wanna be pounded into a bloody pulp or something?
Sora only raised an eyebrow at this. The lead punk growled, obviously becoming very annoyed.
Get out of the way!
Make me!
Sora shot back.
You're asking for it, kid.
The punk yelled before charging forward, fists bared. Sora only blinked, and the boy stopped in mid-bound, frozen in place, only his eyes moving, which were incredibly wide. Why the fuck didn't you do this when you were fighting Riku?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Punk boy.
Oh,
God. Punk boy.
What? What did you do? Let me go, damn it!
The boy howled, desperately attempting to move. Not that it did him any good. Sora raised an eyebrow.
I'd let you kill this guy! Sorry, no can do!
He looked over at the rest of the teens, who were all staring in shock.
So...
Sora put his hands behind his head.
Anyone else want to try? Are we cool now?
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All of the other boys cried, eyes very wide. Silence for about 2 seconds. The punks cried, before turning on their heels and charging out of the alleyway, not looking back. Sora looked over at their leader and waved his hand dismissively, and the boy dropped to the ground.
Hey, guys! Don't leave me here!
Their leader whined. Oh, you bitch, baby. Hightailing it out the alley as well. Sora watched him go before turning to the man crumpled to the ground behind him.
You okay?
Sora questioned, a smile adorning his face once more. The man stared with wide eyes. He opened his mouth, but no sound came out. Sora put his hands behind his head.
It's alright. I mean, okay. Trust me. Those jerks aren't coming back.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow. The man blinked. Oh, who's the man?
Sure, I'll be the man and his wife.
You're both the big heads.
Who are you?
He asked, his voice filled with fear.
That's not important.
Sora said quickly.
What is important is your family is looking for you.
The man's eyes widened.
Sakura? Iron? Where are they?
The most animated.
Hey, buddy. Relax.
Sora cried, waving his arms. No, it's okay.
They're fine. They're waiting for you at town square.
Sora held out a hand.
I can take you there if you want.
The man raised an eyebrow.
How are you going to get us there?
Sora grinned.
Just trust me.
He said, hand still outstretched. The man closed his azure eyes and nodded.
Okay. You'd better take me to my family right away, though, you hear?
He asked, taking the boy's hand. The key bearer only nodded, still grinning.
Of course.
He said.
Just hold on tight, okay?
Yeah, I got some daddy action.
Last time it's not that kind of fanfic.
Sora stretched his wings, pure white seeming to glitter against the darkness of the alleyway in the growing twilight.
Come on then.
With a single flap, the two rose into the air and above the buildings. Sora flapped higher and began heading west. West capitalized.
So, how do you know my family then?
The man asked.
Your daughter came to me and asked me to find you and your wife.
Sora answered.
I see.
Good talk. They flew in silence for a while.
So, where are you from?
An island really far away.
Sora answered.
An island. What's it called?
Wow, look, we're here.
Sora said quickly.
Wow, way to conveniently dodge that question.
Sora halfway folded his wings and they slanted downward. Sora finally completely folding his wings as they landed on the cobblestone ground.
Daddy.
Irene cried, running into her father's arms. The said man pulled his daughter into a hug, her mother adding to the group hug. Sora smiled, watching the scene before turning and spreading
Just adding some sound effects.
Wait, Sora.
Iron's voice called. Sora turned around to see the girl standing there, holding her parents' hands. The girl looked up at him, tears again forming in her eyes. Sora walked over to her.
What's wrong?
He asked.
It's not real. 2 dots.
She said, sadly.
What's not real?
The girl giggled, sadly.
Tee-hee. Silly Keyblade Master. 4 dots. Don't lie to me. You can see it, can you?
What?
Iron's shoulders shook as more tears began to flow, some falling to the ground. As a tear fell to the stone ground, it began to ripple, as if it was liquid. Because it is liquid!
The ground is liquid.
The ground is liquid. That's my canon now.
No, that's the point of
No,
the description.
that's not just your canon now. It is what is happening.
Yes, that's the point.
Too bad. It's my headcanon that's blatantly there.
Oh my god.
My headcanon is that Grace Garden is a detective.
Sora gasped
and
took a step back. As more ripples began to form upon the ground. Slowly, the town began to fade away. The buildings, the fountains, the lights, ... the people, ... everything, fading away, leaving mere darkness behind, until nothing was left but Sora and Iron standing on a single patch of stone. The girl whimpered.
It's not real. 2 periods. None of it was. 5 periods. Even my parents. Mere figments now.
She stood up slowly, another tear falling from her cheek.
I should be used to it by now. After all, 6 periods. You cannot live 1,000 years within the abyss with only memories. 4 periods. You cannot stay in dreams forever. 6 periods. They'll fade eventually.
She said, sadly. ...
1,000 years?
Sora cried, eyes wide.
Oh, you're one of those characters.
Yes.
Iron said, another tear falling down her cheek.
But you look like you're only 7 or 8.
Sora gasped.
Oh, you're one of those characters.
Look, shut the fuck up. We know this attracts someone. Anyway. This prison does not allow me to age. It does not allow me to sleep. To finally rest.
Who are you?
Iris smiled.
Don't you know, you dipshit, the one who you could never have gotten any hints about? Don't you fucking know, you fucking idiot, you imbecile, you absolute buffoon? Don't you know?
I don't know anything.
Silvery wings burst from her back.
I am the angel of compassion, you fucking clown.
Whoa. Sora's eyes would have widened, save for the fact that they couldn't get any wider. The girl giggled.
Stop looking so shocked, Sora.
She said with a giggle, teehee.
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 2 dots. B-butt. 5 dots. You. ... Your parents. ... What?
Sora's eyes were wide. Iron giggled once more sad this time.
Teehee. You will find out in time. ... Now. Answer me, Keyblade Master. What is compassion?
Sora blinked.
What is it?
The girl nodded, another giggle escaping her lips.
Teehee. That's you.
It's caring for others. Listen, I already explained I don't know a goddamn thing. But it's caring for others, doing good for them, even though you may get nothing back, sacrificing things for a person, ... and just caring.
Yeah, sounds about right. The girl nodded.
Works for me.
Walking up to the essence and placing her hand over his heart, she smiled up at him.
You passed. ... I now bestow upon you a gift of compassion. 2 dots.
She closed her eyes and murmured a few words. There was a flash of blue light, and when it vanished, the sea was once again in view, and Iron had vanished. The sun was still in its same position. Sora
A few
blinked.
words you say. If only tears could bring you back to me. If only.
What? I'm just so confused.
Yes, I am.
As he looked down at the ocean where the island had been, Iron's voice laughed throughout the sky, a gentle sound.
It's not that hard, dipshit. Ha 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 ha. Keyblade Master. Your quest for my friend Kim still remains unfinished.
Kim!
You'll find my gift to be useful in time. ... I pray. Now I bid you farewell. Until we meet again, Sora.
Sora smiled.
Goodbye. 5 dots. Aaron.
He said with a smile, beating his wings and starting towards the quickly setting sun once more.
And see.
Asterix! I know, you were expecting a little bit more YGO this chapter, but I had
Gate
to get
Grand
this
Order.
one out. Next chapter we'll have the big Yami fight, more with Sora's adventures, and the start of the next test. Sora.
Yes, that's me. Oh, joy.
Anyways, read and review. Let's get to 200 reviews. Asterix comes back. Oh yeah, one more thing. For December, I'm gonna make a Christmas fic, so this one probably won't be updated. Okay.
What?
Well, you know what we need to do now?
We already read the Christmas fic.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Ed! We went real the whole time.
I guess you weren't real the whole time. Sorry.
Yes, we were real.
Alright, well, it is, we're almost 2 hours in. It is time to take a break. When we come back, we might do more of this, or maybe we won't. We'll find out. See y'all in a bit. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Roast of Crime Straczynski, but like a middle schooler. I'm your host, Crime Straczynski.
But
we're
like
gonna-
a 30-year-old.
But a 30-year-old.
30-year-old.
Which really should put into perspective how long ago I wrote this fanfic. We are going to continue with this, adventure. Bro, what are you drawing? Aside from just side B stuff, I feel like there's a narrative here, and I've been trying to pick up what it is in between me, like, you know, suffering.
We'll get to it.
Okay. I'll let
Y'all
you
will
know.
probably finish without having enough time for the stream end, then I'll just do that then.
Okay. Alright, so I asked if folks were too tired, and the answer is no. So we're gonna continue with Broken Rainbow, Chapter 9, Black Snow.
Remember, kids, if the snow is black, definitely don't eat it.
That would be charcoal.
Asterix yawns.
That would be
yes, vacations rock. I so do not want to go back to writing some dumb fanfic. I mean, after 2 months of just relaxing and doing homework. Ah, yes. The reader's Twitch. See, I've enjoyed my vacation a lot. So therefore, I've decided I'm taking February off as well, smiley face.
What?
Asterix is heading back to the PS2. See y'all in another month, smiley face. Maybe I'll take March off while I'm at it.
No. Grab various weapons.
Various weapons. We
want to see Sora torture.
We want angst. We want torment. We want sad stuffs. We want real tape and stapler.
DMP fans be like, Asterix charge. Asterix runs.
Catch Crystal and Ty, Laz and Ty dye her up and proceed to knock her. Wow, are you okay? Well, no, we've established multiple times that you were not okay back then.
Not okay.
Anyways, but proceed to knock her senseless.
Oh no, @ whirly eyes.
Readers,
type now!
Okay.
But respond to our videos first.
Fine. And Laura. First off, I'd like to actually thank you for bugging me to update. I don't mind. And yes, I should kill people. It's my fic. Anyways, thank you.
And that's going in out of context.
Anyways, thank you and new line. Here's some nerds. Boo. Okay, here you go. Weirded out face. Ash hands you a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Oh, we're back to the Mountain Dew.
Dragon Evar. Whoa, you hate angsty fics and yet you like this? Wow. Don't worry, that might not happen. Can't make any promises, new line though. So many periods. Here, a chocolate bar for you, smiley face. Wingard, but I think guard is spelled wrong.
It's consistently
G-O-A-R-D.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wingoward.
Wingoward.
Thanks.
Wingoward.
Wingoward's a cool name. Here's some chocolate. Enjoy the chapter. Kako 2. Thanks. Enjoy the chapter. Kawaii Kyrie KH. I made you cry? Sweet! My hard work had the effect I wanted then.
Yay, a compass!
I get walkie-talkies! Woot with 2 O's instead of the zeros because it's not truly speak. Look at me! I'm a commando.
Oh my god.
Who's Kyrie?
Shiner, you're Kyrie.
No.
Oh, I think she's dead.
Okay, well, I guess
no.
for now, Alex, you're Kyrie.
My headphones unplugged themselves, and I also had to plug in my computer, and I was racing against time, and then I unplugged the charger, and then I had to frantically plug it back in, and in the process, I ripped out my headphone cord, so that's
Oh my god, okay. Well, your next line is plushies we.
Oh, plushies way.
Glumps. I was filling my tea with my teapot, but it's dark, so I didn't see. And anyway, I filled it completely to the top.
Well, you didn't spill.
I did. It's fine.
Oh.
You failed.
Anyway. Why don't I get any presents? I'm the author? Question mark.
Because you spilled the tea, Kristen. It's all your fault. The tea's everywhere now.
Ari Powell. Wow, that dog ate your review twice. Jeez. Asterix kicks dog. Wow.
Whoa!
Dog. Anyways,
Whoa! We can handle the Yugi torture, but no, we draw the line at kicking the dogs.
Stupid dog. Anyways, thanks for the 100 review, Picky. I feel so loved, smiley face. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's a lollipop, smiley face. Jalen, thanks. Awesome sounding name, smiley face. Here's a bunch of nerds. Enjoy the chapter, smiley face. Wingard.
Again.
Is this the same person? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Kill the junk mail. Here's an airhead. Enjoy the chapter. Elegant Arrow 64. Yeah, I read them. Your fic is totally great, smiley face. And just so you know, my aim died. I hope I get it back soon.
Oh
God, continuing to firmly set this in 2003. Here's a cookie. Enjoy the chappy. Tsukishiku. Hehe. That's the same with me and Yugi-kun. Too kawaii to not have my daily dose of them. Yeah, I feel like hugging Iron too, and I'm the one writing this weirded out face. And Yami will forgive you. Hang on one sec. Yami, get over here!
_ space. What?
Asterix whacks Yami with a mallet. Forgive Sue now!
Gah! Swirly eyes _ swirly eyes. I forgive you, Sue.
That's right, smiley face. Hands Sue a cookie. Enjoy the chapter, smiley face. Orodurin. I'm so sorry this one took so long to update. I hope you like the chapter, smiley face. Hands you a cookie. Princess Swifty. Oh no. Not a Riku fangirl. Tear. The last one I spoke to besides you is still after my head. So many periods. Hands you a popsicle. Don't kill me.
Call me.
Celtic Guardian. Sorry about that. So many sweat drops. Here's a cookie. Enjoy the chapter. Crystal Chan. The Adventures of the Hot Bishonen. No, it sounds great and all, but too happy. I'm an angst writer over here. Anyways, here's a bar of chocolate. Enjoy the chappy. Flick Freak. Ah, thank you. Here's a cookie. Stars Dreams. Oh, well, thank you. Smiley face. Asterix hands you a piece of pizza. Oh, and this pizza is special. If a certain muse named Lime comes within 100 miles of the pizza, he will be struck with a mallet of a certain author of a certain fic you happen to be reading.
The fuck?
I don't know. What? I forgot what chapter I was supposed to be writing.
Whack Crystal over the head with mallets.
Chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
They're swirly eyes. Oh, right.
Do the disclaimer.
Underscore. You guys are mean. Fine. I don't own Kingdom Hearts or Yu-Gi-Oh.
No type, puppy dog slave.
Yes, reader peoples. Oh, good. I've started including song recommendations for the chapter sections. Great.
Song recommendations? Did you mean if only you could bring you back to me?
I put a link to the song in the fan server.
Oh my god.
God, okay. Recommended music for this scene: Final Fantasy X, The Final Battle, or Dragon Boy from Spirited Away. You know, it seems kind of urgent and fast-paced, but mysterious at the same time. Couple dots. Yes, I do have problems. Yes, I do. I have problems.
At least you're honest. God. It was getting dark. The light from the sun was fading. Who just left? Someone just leave? Okay. Light from the sun was fading. The colors of crimson, gold, and amethyst. Fainting over the horizon. The colors seeming to sink into the water and almost the sea, reflecting the remaining rays of light, creating an ocean of color. And the color was slowly fading, seeming to sink away to leave dark blue as the sun faded away, dipping down to sleep beneath the horizon, so close now, it seemed. A flash of rainbow burst across the sea of colors, led by the Keyblade Master, whom had his wings tucked against his body, the tips spread out to keep him invisible. Streaks of color following him like a beam of pure light. The water burst behind him, like, paragraph, wings of liquid.
Gotta get there on time.
Sora panted, sapphire eyes fixated upon the vanishing sun, the wind pushing his chestnut spikes back. He was so close now. The sun. Well, so it seemed. But the ocean seemed to stretch so far. No matter how far he flew, the distance just didn't seem to, new paragraph, shrink. His eyes wandered to the various islands he was passing. It was odd. He'd seen many islands, but if he tried to fly towards them, they never got any closer. Oh wait, that is towards them. I'm dumb.
No, it's towards them.
It is towards them, okay. God, I don't know. What is spelling?
Type was right.
Illusions. Not that it mattered. He didn't have time anyway. The sun was fading, dipping lower and lower, the light slowly vanishing from the sky. He looked at the island he'd been flying past as the light from the fading sun vanished from it, and as the light died, it seemed to take the island with it. The mass of land just vanished with the rays of light.
What?
Sora's eyes widened. He flared his wings, cast a glance behind him. And there was nothing there. Nothing but empty blackness. No water, no islands, nothing. It was as if, as the light left, this world too began to vanish, disappearing within the inky abyss left behind.
Okay, that's definitely not normal. I'd better hurry.
Sora said to himself, beating his wings at a faster pace in hopes of going faster. Unfortunately, beating his wings didn't really help much, as the darkness behind him drew closer and closer.
Crap! This isn't working!
Sora grumbled.
Okay, what did Donald say about flight and whatnot?
I can't do it! I have arms!
Yeah, that's how the memory went. I think it was something about not flying over large bodies of water. Already did that. Flapping your wings a lot doesn't really get you anywhere. No, duh. And, oh yeah, the higher you go, the faster you can go. Oh yeah.
Sora looked back behind him at the ever-growing abyss.
Stop talking. Start flying.
He growled to himself.
Stop talking. Start flying.
Beating his wings to go upward, straining against gravity to go higher and higher and higher. Another look behind the key bearer revealed the darkness to be drawing even closer, now hardly 10 yards away, and drawing closer with each second.
Okay, no more time.
With that, Sora halfway folded his wings, falling into a downward slant towards the horizon, the darkness creeping behind him. Closer, closer. He could see the spot where the sliver of light met the water's edge.
Remember, Sora, you have to answer the question perfectly or else you won't get out and the ghost will surpass you.
Sora grumbled, flapping his wings back slightly to push himself forward more. Suddenly, an icy cold came over his feet, and instinctively he pulled his feet forward. He turned his head to see the darkness nearly upon him, coming at him like a wave of black.
Ah!
Sora cried in surprise as he felt the icy cold coming from the darkness, like the cold that blasts at you when, new paragraph, you open a freezer door.
Oh, that's semi-cool.
A small flicker of fear jumped in his chest. He quickly turned his gaze on the slowly vanishing light.
Just keep your eyes on the light,
he told himself, even as he felt his feet go numb as the darkness came over him.
Almost
Oh, them.
There.
Sora mumbled, blasting energy behind him in a feeble attempt to go faster and keep the inky black away. His legs were going numb now. He cold feel the icy hand of the blackness closing around him.
Just a bit more,
Sora said to himself, clenching his teeth and still flapping his wings, feeling them practically scream from exhaustion and, new paragraph, strain. His
You're gonna get
strain.
You're gonna get a hemorrhoid. Sora, dang it.
His wings were going numb now. The numbness climbing its way towards its heart. Up ahead he could see the light vanishing, now merely a line of white visible in the black that had closed over a sea that no longer existed.
I can't.
He mumbled, feeling his wings go slack and beginning to fall into the abyss.
Kairi. Riku. I'm sorry.
He whispered, his world going dark.
Sora!
A voice cried and Sora looked up. Back at what was now a pinpoint of light, his friends stood there, smiling at him. Their hands reached out towards him. Goofy, Donald, Mickey, Leon, Yuffie, Riku, and Kairi, all standing there, their hands outstretched, smiling in encouragement.
Come on!
What are you saying?
Sora's
I thought
eyes.
Peter Pan taught us how to fly, dog.
Sora's
I told you, I'm a sailor!
I'm gonna kill you. Sora's eyes narrowed.
I'm coming!
He cried, dropping his numbed wings and reaching out a hand in a final attempt to grasp the light as he felt the darkness pulling him down. Closer. Just a bit more. The very tip of his middle finger brushed Kairi's. He was flipping her off. Suddenly, a great light enveloped him, bringing warmth to his frozen limbs and enveloping his vision. I love how you spell it wrong, like, once, and then spell it right the next time.
The very next time.
And I had a beta reader.
Yeah.
Making everything white.
Sora.
Oh, we need... Yeah, a voice whispered.
Kairi?
Sora mumbled, opening his eyes, expecting to be staring into Kairi's royal blue eyes. Instead, he met the icy cold blue eyes of the Angel of Duty, because apparently that's what she is.
She is?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you obviously know it was the whole time, dipshit.
Everything was white around them, the white slowly turning light grey. Kimu frowned.
No.
She said, standing to her feet and brushing her emerald hair out of her eyes. Sora blushed slightly.
Sorry.
He said, standing to his feet. Kimu gave him a curt nod and held out her hand.
Have you brought the gem?
You mean I'm not too late?
Sora cried in surprise. Kimu shook her head.
Nah, you were right on time. Now, did you bring the gem?
Sora nodded. Fishing into his pocket and pulling out the star-shaped crystal and placing it in the woman's hand, Kimu nodded and closed a fist around the gem, and it vanished in a flash of green.
Very good.
Kimu said, turning on her heel.
Wait! Didn't I pass the test?
The key bearer demanded. Kimu looked over her shoulder at the brunette.
The first part of the test, yeah.
Sora blinked.
Only the first part? That's not fair!
Kimu shot Sora a glaze. Glary.
A glaze?
A glazed
Here's
donut.
a donut, Sora.
Yeah.
My world, my
That
rules.
one up. That says glaze.
That was Queen. That was Queen.
Yeah, I know,
This
I
is
know.
This is my Krispy Kreme key bearer. My donut holes, my rules.
So Sora glared back, is that where we are?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, whatever. You're lucky this is my only way to get back.
He grumbled. Kimu didn't answer the boy, her face still calm as ever. The blackness was beginning to creep around them.
We best hurry before the darkness swallows us.
She pulled a pistol from her belt and pointed it into the dark. A shot rang out and the ivory bullet sunk into the dark. A beam of light shot from the spot and created a portal.
You coming or what, key bearer?
Kimu demanded, already heading for the portal. Sora sighed.
Coming.
He said, jogging over to the circle of white and jumping through just as the darkness swallowed the last pinpoint of light.
Some asterisks. Oh, come on. Where do you think we've shifted to? The Dark Castle thingy. Wow, I gave it a name. It's the Dark Castle thingy. This is
incredible.
So proud of you, baby Kristen.
This is a really
That barely counts.
No, shh, it's fine. It's better than the place where the Yu-Gi-Oh characters are.
Yeah, it is better. It is factually better than the place where the Yu-Gi-Oh characters are.
Duh. Suggested music, One Step Closer by Linkin Park.
By Linkin Park, oh my god!
By Linkin Park.
So Yami actually gets up to play it though.
If only tears could bring you back to me.
One step closer to the end, and I'm about to break.
Okay, here we go. Let's read it.
Let's get ready. The intense shit. Marek blinked at Yugi's motionless body and prodded it with his boot, receiving no response. The blonde let out a growl of frustration.
Shut up, kid! Get up!
He snapped. Again, there was no response. The boy remained unconscious. That's you again.
I think it's still Merrick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. I saw Yami. I thought it was Yu-Gi-Oh's Yami.
Yeah, there are multiple Yamis. The Yami.
The Yami. Okay.
Oh, wake up!
The Yami yelled, extremely irritated now. Yugi still remained silent.
Mom, 5 more minutes.
Get up!
Marek howled, kicking the prone body and sending it slamming into the
I'm not
wall.
going to miss the bus. Mom, please.
He expected the boy to fall to the ground and stay there, as that was how it had been for the past 10 minutes. This time, however, when Yugi fell to the ground and skidded against the stones, the Millennium Puzzle around his neck flashed, the glow enveloping the boy's entire body and becoming flames of energy dancing around the boy.
Puberty powers activate!
Marek's eyes widened as the boy pushed himself to his feet, the golden aura still dancing around him. When he opened his eyes, they were crimson, not amethyst.
Pharaoh!
The Yami snarled, voice dripping with malice.
Marek.
Yami growled back.
So, you did this to my Hikari.
The blonde smirked.
Yes, I did, my dear Pharaoh.
You bastard!
You're welcome.
Marek!
Continue, anime protagonist.
God.
I'm sorry, I'll do my Super Saiyan facing away the microphone.
Yami howled, hands clenching into fists and flames of energy sparking around him. The smirk still continued to play upon the blonde's lips.
What are you gonna do about it, Pharaoh?
Yami did not smile.
We will play a game.
Oh my god, we've gone into season 0. He said, the eye of Ra glowing upon his forehead, summoning clouds of shifting shadow around them.
The Shadow Realm? Such a thing has effects on mere mortals, but it takes more than that to defeat one who was born in this realm.
This time, the former pharaoh did smirk.
I know.
He said, pulling his cape from his shoulders and throwing it upon the ground.
This game is simple, really. We fight until one can subdue the other.
That's all? I expected something far more fancy from you, Pharaoh. Are you losing your touch?
I'm not finished yet.
Yami said as the shadows began shifted, hiding his opponent from the ew.
Veu.
Veu.
We cannot see each other for one. You must relay on your other senses. Space.
He held out his palm in the dark, gathering energy.
Space. There are also surprises in this particular area of the realm. Other than preposition that there are no rules.
Well, what happens if I win?
Yami with annoyance.
If you win, you may do as you wish with me. If I win, my Hikari, myself, and all of our friends are free to go.
That doesn't seem very fair to me. Ah, screw it. Your body's weak. This'll be easy.
Marek sneered, conjuring a flame of energy in the dark.
I play Pot of Greed! I'm kidding. We shall see.
Was all the other Yami responded with, forming energy within his own hands.
Well then, let's go!
2 bursts of energy, one midnight blue etched with dark red, the other flaming gold which with crimson, met in the dark, creating an explosion that hit both Yami and Marek, sending both slamming into the opposite walls. Now we're getting into the Pokemon fights.
Instead of like playing a fucking card game, they're just anime energy fights.
Yeah, they just beat they're just beating the crap out of each other.
Yami recovered first, pushing himself to his feet, golden eye glowing on his forehead in the blackness. He closed his eyes, focusing on that aura of energy his opponent gave off. Sensing it, he opened his eyes.
Now you will see what happens to those who mess with my friends.
He snarled. Yami pressed his palms together and slowly pulled them apart, Energy began to form between his hands, glowing gold and crimson. The orb of energy slowly growing larger.
Wrong enemy, I know. Hame.
As his hands were brought farther apart, the orb grew and grew until it became so large Yami could no longer contain it. He pushed his hands forward as if he was pushing the energy, and the orb burst.
My balls are too big!
The orb burst from his palms and flew through the darkness. Marek was just getting up when a glow of light began growing in his vision. His eyes widened. The explosion slammed into Marek, energy slamming through his body as pain exploded through him and sent him crashing into the wall once more. He grunted, slowly pushing himself to his feet, wincing as he wiped warm blood from his face, and he could feel much more leaking from other wounds. The dust around him from Yami's previous attack was clearing, revealing a tall, pale man clad in dark purple armor, long violet hair hanging over his cold blue eyes, a long blue staff clutched in his white hand, and pointing at Marek threateningly.
The Dark Magician?
Not just any dark magician. My dark magician, Kurai. Say hello.
Hey!
That's how he sounds.
Yami whispered from within the shadows.
Pharaoh!
Marek growled, trying to pinpoint the spirit's location. However, the Egyptian spirit was keeping his aura hidden, much to Marek's frustration.
Now then, Kurai.
Just from Yami's tone of voice, Marek could tell he was smirking.
Show Marek one of your tricks.
You got it, boss!
Kurai whirled his staff, dark energy swirling from within his jeweled head. He pointed at Marek once more with a flourishing motion. Tendrils of darkness wrapped around the blonde, suspending him in the air and numbing his limbs with the cold. So cold it was painful to be within the grasp of the icy dark. Marek let out a cry and thrashed. Attempting to escape the hold of the dark magician's magic. His attempts were meaningless as the darkness merely closed tighter around him. The blonde let out a hiss, closing his eyes and mentally calling out.
This is Merrick calling out.
That is Merrick.
Yes.
Where the hell are you?
Toad?
I'm trying to do mental Merrick, so my hands are in front of my mouth.
He cried. He hung limply for a moment, wondering if the former tomb robber had heard. Gee, I don't know. Maybe taking a break. Why? Bakora's snide voice rang through Marek's head. Marek thrashed again, despite knowing it wasn't getting him anywhere.
Because the stupid Pharaoh got in control and somehow got the collar off!
What? How? Bakora's enragement ran through the link, almost making Marek flinch. Almost. A hiss escaped from Marek's lips.
The attack was too strong! Now get over here!
I'm getting the strangest sense of deja vu.
My attack was too strong!
My attack was too strong!
It's too strong!
Strong!
There was a pause. Okay, I'm on my way, seeing as you can't seem to handle him. Bakora sneered before breaking the link. Marek blew out a small breath of relief. Phew!
Well then, Marek.
Yami said, stepping into view now.
Crab walks in. It looks like I win.
The blonde smirked.
Smirk. Not quite, Pharaoh.
That's right, I'm leaving you there.
What sorcery is this? A coup!
Some asterisk.
You foolish samurai! Behold my asterisk!
So now we're with Sora again. Suggested music would be people in North Pole from Final Fantasy X. You know, the music that plays on Mount Gagazet. If you don't have that song, seeing as I don't have it either, I can't really blame you. That's what this here webpage is for!
Read the URL, Kristen.
The Ron's codes, you mean? Yes, silly.
http://blisteravalon.net kimari /http /64.168.250/linkrd ?
Stop reading! See, the sad fact is we can't click on that. We
And-
can't copy and paste it.
Yeah, we can't even copy and
And la equals 730 E1220 B445 AE B73 E15 EE3 DF9 BF16 D5 and lat equals 10764546669 and HM _ action equals HTTP parentheses 3A
Percent.
Percent 3A, percent 2F, Blistered Avalon, percent 2E, net, percent 2F, Kimari, percent 2F.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure this link does not work anymore.
Yeah, 100% it would not.
It's specifically for a webpage about Kimari from Final Fantasy X.
Link does not work for Kimari.
Yeah, a webpage about Kimari. Underscore. Click on media, then click on goodies, then click on the first little music thingy, People of the North Pole. Yes, I am a sucker for pretty sounding music.
Cold. It was cold. That was the first thing that the Keyblade Master was aware of. Imagine sitting inside a bathtub filled with ice cubes and ice cold water. That's basically how cold
it's gone.
The brunette slowly opened his sapphire eyes. White. White everywhere. On the ground, cold to touch. Soft. And wet.
Where am I?
A suburb in the Midwest.
Sora mumbled, sitting up and shivering, looking up at a grey sky.
What is this stuff?
He wondered aloud.
Snow.
Kimu's calm voice brought the boy to his senses. He jumped to his feet, shaking the cold, white stuff off of him.
Snow?
Sora repeated, watching some of the white stuff melt in his hands to become water, and looking up to watch more white flakes of the stuff gently falling.
Yeah. Frozen rain.
Oh. It's pretty.
This was before Sora had ever gone to any world that
This was
had
well before
snow.
Frozen.
Before Mulan, before Christmas Town.
So yeah, in canon, Sora had not actually encountered snow up until this point.
Aww. Sora murmured, watching with eyes filled with wonder.
You're at the foot of a mountain.
Kimu continued, fluffing her wings. Sora nodded.
Lost my place. There we go. Oh, what do I have to do?
Kimu held out a hand and pressed a blue prism into the boy's gloved palm.
Take this.
She said. She then pointed to the top of the mountain.
Take it up there.
Sora looked up at the large mountain.
That's it?
He said with a grin. He jumped into the air as if to fly, and came crashing to the ground.
Oof!
Sora let out a cry of surprise.
Whoa!
Muffled, duh. Due to falling face first into the snow. He sat up.
What the heck?
The Angel of Duty gave a snort of amusement.
Wow, that was like 5 cries from the same crash. Impressive. Anyway, things ever that easy, Key Bear? There are no using wings for this. You'll have to climb.
No.
Sora sighed. Getting back to his feet and shivering, a look of determination was set on his face.
Okay, fine then. I'll be able to do this, no problem.
Kimu smiled slightly.
That's the Key Bearer we know.
She vanished in a flash of green.
Good luck, 2 dots.
Her words echoed. Sora turned his attention to the mountain once more, grinning despite the cold.
Okay then. I'll get through this. For my friends.
He closed his eyes and smiled, picturing all of his friends, smiling at him, encouraging him, because he knew they were.
Come on, Sora! It's just a mountain!
He had to get back to them. They needed him. She needed him.
For Kairi.
What? Am I hurting for you?
I know, not much action in this chapter. I'm so sorry. There was an anime fight.
Yeah, there was an anime fight. My man out here just decking a guy without even breaking out one of
I
his
can only
monsters.
assume I'm apologizing because there's no torture happening.
That would explain a lot.
I know, not much action this chapter. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to Florida in tomorrow, and I wanted to get this out before then. reviewers.
Underscore
Proceed to be
space.
the person senseless.
Proceed to be Crystal senseless once more.
All right.
Go away!
We waited months for this crap.
Next chapter will be better, I promise.
Grrr.
While waiting for the next chapter, instead of killing me, I have something you guys can do, smiley face.
Yeah.
Asterisk
What?
points at my author profile thingy. See the pretty full links?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
These pretty full links lead to 3 awesome comics. VG Cats is a video game spoof.
Yay, I like
Comics
VG
is a
Cats.
gag comic about an anime geek in high school. And RPG World is my fave. It's an awesome webcomic spoof of an RPG game. They should keep you entertained. Go to the sites and be happy.
Yay!
Before you go, please leave a nice review, smiley face.
Okay. Asterisk. Run to review button before prancing off to the comics. Asterisk.
Oh God, I miss RPG World.
RPG World so much. It was my favorite webcomic.
It was the shit.
It was so good. And definitely the reason why I took so long to write this chapter is because I binged all of RPG World. And I definitely, after writing it, wanted to just write fanfiction about RPG World, but there was no fandom for RPG World. So,
Boo.
I did not... Actually, that's not true. I did write one fanfic for RPG World, which I wrote for my creative writing class, because that's what I did. Wrote fanfiction in creative writing class.
Hell yeah.
Did you get an A on it?
I did. Actually, I consistently got a lot of A's in that class. And my
Oh,
teacher was
good
like,
for
"You
you.
should really-"
Excellent.
My teacher heavily encouraged my writing, and at one point, like, read all of my extremely over descriptions in front of the class. Like, okay, so here's you know, keep doing stuff like this. Use adjectives, children. And I was like, thanks, Mr. Ackerson. I'll go on and become a writer. And then I kind of did.
I mean,
Technically,
you're
yes.
writing this for a murder party.
So thank you, Mr. Ackerson, for encouraging my creativity. God.
Note of Doom.
Note of Doom.
I think we can do Note of Doom.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. We'll have plenty of time to do Note of Doom.
God. Oh my god. At Note of Doom, by name and address withheld. Alright guys, before you kill me for this not being a chapter, I got stuff to say. First off, I'm really sorry for not updating so often. I've been quite busy lately for a number of reasons. School, family matters, friends, lack of sleep, etc. As soon as this evil quarter of school is over, I'm going to abide by a schedule, which means chapters will be coming every 1 or 2 weeks. I'm noticing a pattern. Hopefully. I really hope this will make you guys happy, smiley face. Next up, I actually wrote up a plot idea for Broken Rainbow. You see, originally this was just going to be 15 chapters like its predecessor and just be a torture story, but then this mega good idea hit, and now the story is going to last 30, maybe 40 chapters or longer. I have everything written up, so no idea possessive shall slip my mind. We have a nice winding plot, and I hope you'll all enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed thinking it up. Right now, we're only in the first arc of the story. There's going to be 4 arcs, you see. Yay! Don't worry, there will be plenty of angst, as well as some non-angst stuff. But in order for this to be good, I need to go back and rewrite a few old chapters. So that's why that one chapter suddenly had song suggestions. So I only rewrote 1 chapter.
Only the one.
I need to go back and rewrite a few old chapters, so therefore, after posting chapter 10, which will come sometime on Friday, I just need to spell check, I'll be going back and rewriting a few things. Make sure you read them, it'll be worth it. Anyways, next up I want to thank all you readers for sticking with this awful fic despite its lack of constant updates, not to mention lack of good writingness. I mean, I look at this stuff and I wonder how the heck you guys can like it, but you do a review for it, so who am I to complain? Thank you, I hope you enjoyed chapter 10, and please bear with me as I attempt to get this fic in order. Name and address withheld. Thanks, baby me. Oh god, the next chapter is very long.
How much of it is torture? Let's see.
We're not going to be able to get through it.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get through it, no.
Also, it looks like there is no, there's no torture.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I guess we can't get through this one.
Nope. God. Wow.
Oh,
Can't wait for the 3rd arc. where Lucifer clones themselves to form an edgy band after metagaming and seeing all the song suggestions Baby Cripes put in.
Behold, Keybearer! There were none able to handle my darkness except me. This is the true power of Kingdom Hearts.
Now I'm just thinking about how much I miss RPG World. God. It was so good, and it ended on a fucking cliffhanger, and I'm very glad that Ian is doing well for him, so I'm very proud of him. Good for him going so far in the industry, but I just want to know how fucking RPG World is gonna end! That's all I wanted! God damn it!
Oh dear.
Well, since we can't read the rest of the fic, what can we do now?
Well,
We
we've
die.
got half an hour, we could do a single Jackbox game.
Oh, fun.
But one Jackbox.
Do you guys want to maybe do the speech one?
Oh my. Sure.
Unless you're not up
Sure.
for it, we can try something else.
Yeah, it's a bit too late at night for me to do the speech one.
TKO?
TKO always works.
Let's,
Of
it's a
course.
placeholder thing real quick. Bro Dingles, you are free from editing in another window, which you were already doing.
I'm not free from editing in another window. I said I would finish this by the end of the
Free from
stream.
not streaming anymore.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you can't pronounce me free.
Alright, I can't. You said I could die when the show was over. I have altered the deal.
I have altered the deal.
I have altered the deal. Pray that I do not alter it further. Smiley face. Read and review.
Anyway, because I'm about to say I already promised I would get this done by the end of the stream. Don't you fucking Okay. Jesus, okay. I'll be back. Have fun.
Yeah, we can do TKO.
Yeah.
Do we have enough? How many people are playing? Because Bro's busy, so it's me, Alex, Barbie, Juno, and Clay.
Yeah.
Kind of a small
I've
group.
been working on some Chrono Trigger stuff, but I can take a break.
To play some TKO.
Make some very, make some more stuff to go on our red bubble.
Yeah.
More meat.
More meat for the red bubble.
More meat.
Kristen, do you use Redbubble just to come up with merch ideas? No, but it is very useful for that exact purpose.
I assume that you mean TKO, but
I mean, yeah. Anyway, go read RPG World. Actually, I don't think you can read RPG World anymore. I don't think it's available.
let me check.
RPG World.
Did somebody archive it? Oh!
Archived.
Oh, it exists. It's still here.
It's still on KeenSpot, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed it's still there. That's exciting.
Oh yeah, they showed up in OKKO.
Yeah.
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 IJQ finished the story.
Uh-huh.
He did?
No.
Yeah. There was an episode of OKKO where Hero was in it, and they finished the story of RPG World.
Oh my god, I have to go watch OKKO now.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kristen has another cartoon. No, I'm joking. It's one episode,
Yeah.
but like, still.
Yes, it is another cartoon on my list
Yeah.
of cartoons.
Consider, however, it's also the official sequel to Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, so is it really worth it?
Sonic also appears in it. Kinda.
I actually really like Ghoul School.
It's actually really good. I've heard that OKKO is actually really good.
No, OKKO is genuinely a good show.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really a good show, however, I wanted to take one more quick jab at Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
It has OKKO is great. It's got great animation, a WLW couple.
It has a really nice plot line going on as well.
It does.
So
My
Yes,
friend
indeed.
Shay recommended it to me, saying there's an excellent Bastard Man villain, and
there is in fact.
because Shay understands me.
Yes.
Shay knows what I'm here for.
Sonic shows up.
I don't care about Sonic, but between RPG World and a stinky bastard villain man, I'm probably pretty into it.
Yep.
Alright.
Jackbox.tv.
Oh yeah, what's the... There it is.
Let's open up that stream Aru and that rune code.
Oh, here Bloody Circuits is defending. I like Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School. Yeah.
So do I.
Look, I'm sure you all think it's fantastic, but it's really not.
Alex, I'm sorry that you didn't truly experience Ghoul School the way that so many of us did.
Is everyone ready?
Not yet.
Hang on, I'm still writing my catchphrase.
Okay.
Gotta love that subtle flex though, finishing your story by having a crossover episode with a show made 10 plus years later.
Yep.
Yeah!
Yeah!
So is that a thing that show does? It just kind of incorporates other IPs?
There were some crossovers, but
Yeah.
mostly it's isolated within itself.
My most recent thing, the only thing I've ever been shown from it is the fucking episode where there's a bad guy that just, like, does constant references to nu metal, and I was basically...
Oh god, I tortured Kristen with the compilation.
for like 6 minutes straight.
Here's one of my next crimes to destroy the world of OKKO. If only tears could bring you back to me.
Okay, is everybody in?
Yep.
Alright, let's do
All right.
it. Back to me. If only love could find a way. Find a way.
The tournament master, and I am allergic to peanuts. A lot of people like to give me a post-tournament gift. Maybe
So when are you gonna do your serious cover of If Only Tears Could Bring You Back to Me, Alex?
Around the same time I do my cover of Bad Guy, which would involve me turning my webcam on, so never.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Just put a paper bag over your head and like speak into your fan when you have to.
I'm the bad guy.
I should really probably put in settings like turn off the tutorial. We know how to play this.
What you draw
I don't think there is a setting.
That's frustrating.
No, that's that sucks. Oh well, whatever.
That's how it is.
Begin
All
your
right.
first drawing now.
Let's go.
While our contestants
All right,
pick,
here we go.
Anyone watching the tournament can join the audience to submit your own suggestions and affect the outcome of the game.
Oh, thank God. I thought I pressed the delete button.
Oh no.
I miss the layering from, you know, from Champed
The
Up.
Champed Up
Yeah.
game, yeah. Instead, I must suffer with overlapping the lines.
Rip.
Make haste before time runs out.
I got it. I got it. I got it. There.
Excellent. This time.
It definitely looks like the thing I wanted it to look like.
Yes,
If
definitely.
you
I
need
believe
an
that.
idea. Drawing 2, begin.
Why, did you draw the manatee again?
No. No, I didn't draw a manatee.
Oh, I just had the most cursed idea.
So I'm seeing a lot of angst suggestions for what to draw in the chat. I think we've had quite enough angst for today. Thank you.
Yeah, we've had enough angst. Thank you, everyone.
We're angsted out.
We are bees. We hate you.
Quickly.
Quickly.
One drawing to go. Let your freak
God, there's another one.
begin.
I don't think anybody can top the stupidity of what I drew.
I am all a quiver.
Alright.
Challenge complete.
Nice.
For your last exercise, you
Here
will
we
write
go.
as many slogans or phrases as you can. Something short and snappy like you might see on a t-shirt. And there's no shame in hitting the suggestion button if you need it. Go. You didn't give up after one, did you? Keep writing. Oh yes, this is gonna be good. Your training is complete. Now point your eyes at your device. Select one drawing and perfect.
Wow, this is a really cursed image. I'm not going to show this one.
Oh my god. Alright, I found a winner.
I think I know which one.
Fantastic. Time for action. Let the tournament begin. Gauntlet 1.
Oh, it's wonderful.
King
He's got the meat blade.
I can't. I refuse to vote for that.
If only Tisk!
Truth. Mute truth.
Yeah, do you not like my drawing of Mewtwo? If only Tisk can bring you back to me, Mewtwo can understand the hope and love in Pokemon.
Oh my god!
Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh dang, this one's a coin flip.
Oh no! If only Tisk!
Let me unlock the meat in your heart.
At least three people had the idea to submit if only Tisk can bring you back to me.
Oh. Nice.
Oh my God.
Close one.
Oh damn.
Ah, the meat shirt got beat out.
Oh, a new challenger appears.
Damn if I swear.
He's a good boy.
I don't give a damn if I swear.
Piper, they're not gay wings. Sora has rainbow wings in Broken Rainbow.
He's the essence of heart.
He's the essence of heart.
No, they're totally gay wings.
They might also be gay wings. Gay gets
Back when,
wings.
I mean, this was written back when there was internalized homophobia in name and address withheld.
That's true.
A tie won't cut it. The defender wins.
Ooh, a tie.
Oh.
No.
If only Tips!
If only Tisk!
Rematch.
I hate Paul.
Oh.
If only Tips could bring you.
I feel like I would wear that meat shirt.
Whoever drew that is dead to me.
Who do you think drew?
Who do you think drew that?
Christ.
If you didn't qualify for the tournament, don't fret. Simply join the audience to submit your suggestions and vote on your favorite shirts.
Draw Bowser.
I'm surprised somebody remembered Blue Eyes White Drink, White Dink.
Yeah. Blue Eyes White Dink.
How you doing,
Will the shirt be available? Listen,
Douglas.
if you really want the shirt, I will make it and I will put it on Redbubble. I refuse to. No. If we make these, I will put them on Redbubble so we at least get money for them.
Yeah. I wish I could forget Juno. Wait, did we actually put up the image of Blue Eyes White Dink gone up on the stream?
I don't think we did.
Oh,
It
oh,
needs to
you
be
guys
shared.
Oh, it needs to be shared. I guess after this round we can share it.
Heck yeah.
The second gauntlet awaits, and the slimy tentacles of destiny have.
Oh my god!
I have a feeling I know who wrote this one.
Okay, whoever drew this is a fucking genius.
So I'm torn. I'm gonna print screen one.
This one won't win, but it's a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Give us the goods, Alex.
I chose the one of them, but I'm just gonna share the one I didn't choose.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I really appreciate this shirt will lose DMV reference.
Yeah.
That was good timing.
I got that in.
Yeah, I could tell, Kristen. I knew the moment you said I'm not showing this, I knew exactly what you got.
Ouchie, wouchie.
Stop.
Oh my god!
My shirt and my phrase.
Total silence.
The favorite thing about the knife is if I stare at it for long enough, it looks like a goth banana.
Yeah.
Goth banana.
Goth banana.
Listen, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my band name is the Black Peels.
Black-eyed peels.
Ah!
Yeah, we're a new metal band.
If only
Kristen, this is an intervention. You have too much torture in your stories.
Oh, they look so happy.
They do.
Can't wait to make them cry.
I can't wait for them to meet in the story.
Can't wait for
Stares into camera.
Can't wait for them to be in the story so I can ruin them.
Oh.
All right, let's see. What do we got here?
Ooh,
oh!
Nice.
Oh my god!
What? Total.
Shortality.
Shortality.
Rip.
This image only makes me want to hurt them more.
Do you not like my amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card back drawing?
Guys, please.
Please, I'm begging you.
The little
guys, please, I'm begging you. Fucking interact at any point in this story. For the love of God.
Nope.
Bill Lucifer when they don't interact. If only
If only Tess could bring you back
There's something very funny about only Lucifer liking this one.
It just speaks to me on a personal level.
I was goofy.
If only tears could bring you back to me. I will look at the lyrics and sing the whole damn thing. Don't think I won't.
On God.
It looks like he started coloring and didn't get to finish.
Listen, you gotta go quick on these things.
Yeah.
Poor goof.
Looks like I'm a phantom now.
Oh, the color's drained from me.
It's just because Sora's dead.
I thought I was the one who was supposed to die for 10 minutes.
Remember, Sora, 358 over 2 days.
We are poised to enter the final gauntlet. Only the greatest t-shirts from the previous rounds are eligible. Prepare to vote one last time.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's see. This is an intervention versus. Wow, it's the exact same matchup.
It's the same pair up.
It's the same matchup.
Round 2 electric boogaloo.
Let's see if I can kick your asses again.
Oh, yes.
Love doesn't win, Sora.
Oh no!
Versus.
These are the
Okay,
exact
chat?
same. I see no difference. These are the exact same image.
Chat, depending on how you vote, depends on how good the stream is tomorrow.
Meet your fate.
All right, Junie, you're fired from the one shot. Oh my god.
You're all fired.
Looks like only Ed will be at the one shot.
Sad boy song versus sad boy song with the rainbow.
It's the same matchup.
Only tears.
I think meat wins. I think meat wins it. Nice.
Meat wins.
Yeah, meat. Ah, that's definitely the best shirt. I think that's a good one.
Reach for you, motherfucker!
So, because it is the winner, and because Amy so very much loves this shirt, I think we should make a high quality version and get it for her.
We really should. I'll copy and paste the link to all these regular shirts in the chat, but keep in mind, we'll have high quality versions on Redbubble for some of these.
Yes.
Yes. Now hang on while I get Blue Eyes White Dink.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's in my I recently cleaned out my folders, so I'm gonna have to dig into my hard
Probably in the
drive for this
chat.
one.
I will have to pull up. Bro did a thing. Which bro, do you want me to show it on Strem?
Yeah, we should be good at the very end of the stream for 30 seconds of not the safest music.
I was younger than you are now.
Stop!
What happened?
I'm trying. I wanted to just fucking pause it and like not have it be full screened. You know, I wanted to get it on the stream. But that was a little difficult, and it opened up full screen on my computer, and did not work great like I hoped it would. So now I have to get the media source. The unfortunate thing is, since I have to download the file, getting it onto the stream is more of a pain.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm like, let's see here. So I'm gonna find. I hope this works. Oh, I should pause the friend mode.
Making meat shirt right now.
Yes, we must meet our fans' demands.
Yes, indeed.
Chat, you're all dead.
I was younger than you are now.
I forget what it looks like. Do you have the
when
link
I
to
was
the
given
shirts,
my
Alex?
first command.
Yes.
Thank you.
I led my men straight into a massacre.
Thank you very much.
I witnessed
Now,
their
it
deaths
is time.
firsthand. I made every mistake and felt the
hardly
shame
dare
rise.
bring you back
And even
to
now
me.
I lie awake, knowing history has its eyes on me.
I love that this version of me like has a very thick jaw.
History has its eyes on me.
Cool, it worked. Unfortunately, we were talking all over it, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I trying to set the thing up to play when it's just pulling from my computer is kind of obnoxious to set up. But it worked. People saw it. So and people are crying now. So
Aww.
very good. Excellent.
Good.
I'm
Cry
looking forward
babies.
to watching this and crying later. Okay. Before I end this, I have to open this glorious. I have to download this fucking image too. Me staring into the fucking abyss. This is it. This is my life. This is what I do here on stream. All right, add source. Where the fuck is my fucking blue eyes, white dink? There we go. Ta-da! So there we go. Mood Whiplash, the internet remix way.
Whoever
So
said,
well
Juno,
done.
I wish I could forget this. Well, it's burned into your memory forever and always. Good night, everybody.
Hi, Douglas.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining us. See you tomorrow for you're rescuing Queen, right? That's the thing you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta bring Queen back from the Shadow Realm.
Have fun getting Queen back from the Shadow Realm. See y'all tomorrow. The stream starts an hour later than usual, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure that I'm gonna say it here to the couple of people still watching. All right.
Yeah, 4 CST.
See you guys tomorrow for
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.